you, Banks and Woody. I'm Cartman, joined here with Itsu and, of course, Maxi to the desk. What a day one we had. Today's going to be even more epic. Itsu, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, we had yesterday so many good matches, upsets, close matches, clutch last attacks, and I can't wait to see if that history is going to be repeating today. Maxi, how about you?
Yeah, I'm the same, 100%. It was just an amazing first day to witness first sight here in Helsinki, Finland. And I have to say, like, what shown out for me the most was actually one of the favorites, Strut, getting their loss in the very first war.
Yeah.
And then also, very unfortunately, X-Team being out of the competition, even though they scored very, very good wars, and they used the exact attack strategies that we love so much from them and that we were expecting. The Hawks with the clone, you remember,
Yes.
the Valkyries.
Yeah, yes.
It's a pity that it is gone, but I'm sure we can expect some creativity from these teams today as well.
100%. We're going to see some awesome attacks. Don't you worry about that. But we have a format to discuss. And of course, the 8 teams that started this tournament in a double elimination bracket, your classic 5 vs 5 war with only one attack each. So if you mess up, it could cost you that match.
Yeah.
And of course, at the end of this weekend, tomorrow, we will be crowning the world champion this year in Clash of Clans. I cannot wait, Itsu.
Yeah, me neither. It's going to be epic. But let's dive into what those teams are fighting for, because there's a lot on the line. The prize money is crazy.
Wow.
Because take a look at that. The first seed, that's what everyone is aiming for.
Yes.
$300,000. That's a lot of prize money on the line for those teams to survive as long as possible in this crazy tight competition. Maxi, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I think that it is definitely putting a lot of pressure on these teams, but still, there's also the glory on the line. And we've heard Kronos, for example, in the interview about what they would do with the prize money, that that's not his main focus. Like, the main reason for them to fight here is to become world champions. And in this regard, we have to talk about that 3 teams actually won't get the chance for that anymore after today, guys.
Yeah.
3 eliminations today, which is more than we've ever had before. So we'll just go into tomorrow with 4 teams.
Wow.
And it's going to be epic, especially since the first war is already going to be with 2 top contenders,
Yep.
Strut and GS.
Yeah, they're going to be competing for sure today. A lot of stuff's happening, but before we jump into any matches, let's go and learn a little bit more about the bracket.
Thank you so much, Carbon. Yes, it is time to find out a little bit about today's bracket. And we're going to kick things off in the lower bracket. Woody, what's going on down there?
Well, yesterday we saw the elimination of X-Team Esports. That means that MS Esports got to advance onwards. After that, we are going to start today in the lower bracket with a match between GS and Strut Esports. The loser is eliminated, but the winner will move on alongside MS Esports to face off against the losers from the upper bracket. Who are they going to be?
Ooh, well, the upper bracket is a bit more of a comfortable position for our players to be in. Obviously, they have that buffer in that lower bracket that they can always compete later on in the day, but you don't want to be there. The upper bracket matches today will be Space Station going up against Tribe, and then after that, we'll have Repotted Gaming against Queen Walker's Stephanie. Can they cause another upset? Only time will tell. So let's go back over to the caster's desk where they can continue breaking everything down for today.
Thank you, Banks. And now it's time to discuss some of our predictions for today, what we think may happen. We were 50-50 to start yesterday in terms of match 1, but this one, oh, wait, look at that, match number 8. A lot of us are picking Repotted Gaming in that one. We have Woody going with Queen Walkers. I guess the big thing is Repotted really impressed me, right? And as it is an upper bracket match, meaning if you lose, you still have another chance in the lower bracket, but all of us are going with Tribe here because they perfect war. They were the only team to get a perfect war yesterday, Itsu.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Tribe was really outstanding in their offense, and defense was looking really solid as well. But I really want to touch on this Repotted match because I feel like yesterday we have seen some upsets, and I feel like if any of those matches might be a big upset, it is going to be this Repotted match. I did not expect you guys would go with the same route. Maybe we all expected the upset, who knows? But yeah, I feel like Repotted was really impressive, and I feel like they can really get the momentum going. But it was nice to watch.
Absolutely, and you said it, the only perfect war was Tribe, but we have to keep in mind that Repotted Gaming needed the 2-star to secure the victory. So their last player, General X, actually switched to his strategy last second, at least that's what we think, and went in with the Super Dragons and the Safe Blimp for the Town Hall to make sure he gets 2 stars. Maybe his original plan would have tripled, so we have to wait for that. They are definitely a very talented squad. So I think it's time for our first match, so let's take a look at the first 2 teams, Strut and GS.
Right, it is time for our first war of the day to get underway. It's day 2, and we are kicking things off in the lower bracket. So remember, one of these teams is going to be sent home, and one will remain in the competition. If you've got any tricks up your sleeve as a clan, you're better off getting them out right now, because it's all on the line in this match. Please welcome to the stage, Strut Esports.
That would be really unfortunate to see.
Yeah, it would definitely be very unfortunate, because I know when I was backstage kind of getting ready for this, I saw Strut, right? They were preparing and they were reviewing their bases. They were looking at their traps, maybe trying to do any final tweaks of moving them around. And that's the thing. They literally take up every single moment until it is time to click that right base, because they want to be perfect when the opportunity strikes. And it is now. Let's go ahead and get ready for the very first attack of day number 2.
And we have that first attack in. Ren is doing the first attack, and we have an entire switch when it comes down to bases.
Wow.
A ring base.
Wow.
One of those toxic ones. One of those ones where you are like screaming in Legends and feeling, nope, that's not what I want to do. But take a look at this lightning value early on. I feel like this was really, really solid value already. Phone Tower, Scatter Shot, and Expo taken care of. And now he's trying to dive in with his heroes. King and Queen on the left, and Royal Champion on the right side on her own.
Yeah, with that, Wall Worker also going in to try to make its way to that Town Hall. The Royal Champion going to clear the air defense, the cannon all the way through here. As the Lava Hound Ice Golem come out, so it's not going to do too much damage in terms of hitting the Queen or King. It'll just slow them down, especially as he's going to be approaching the single target Inferno. But it looks like the Wall Wrecker does indeed make it to the Town Hall now.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why is he using a Wall Wrecker, not a Blimp, well, the Blimp could catch some Black Mines, and that would be the death then of that Blimp, while Wall Wrecker is getting all the way, always for that Town Hall, and the Sneaky Goblin is doing a nice job with that Queen ability, taking down some more buildings. Now the question is, can this Lalo and this one Dragon Rider overpower the bottom side of this base?
Still has that Warden, now just deploys him as the Lalo's coming to the bottom side. We're gonna have to make our way through eventually towards that Eagle Artillery. And notice, we got 2 ground expos next to that Eagle, so it's not gonna do any damage to his air troops. Just pathing his way slowly around with 3 more freezes and some haste to push his way around.
Yeah, and at this point, he can always freeze the scatter and multi-fern together. He has to be careful with red mines.
Yes,
He's already finding a couple of them.
Oh, okay.
And timing was really nice onto that scatter shot. See the freeze early because I mean, the warden ability was still on. Another freeze there. But it just feels like there's so many loons. This is such a good attack. GS starting strong.
Absolutely destroyed. Look at all these balloons. It feels like he's had a close spell, but he didn't really because there's more balloons at the end. Just cleaning this one up. What a great start here for GS. And this is putting even more pressure onto Strut in this elimination match.
Yeah, that's right. It's all about this pressure game. I feel like at this point, those teams are just so good. And at this point, only humans can like do those small mistakes. And you're forcing them with really putting up the pressure on the other team. What a beautiful attack this was. We can see the post stats right there. And it was a quick one. I mean, 2 minutes or barely about 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty quick.
That is pretty quick indeed, because if it does come down to, let's say, a perfect, or anything like that, then it will come down to the average destruction, or the average time, right? How fast it takes. But we're taking a look at the predictions here, and we have, wow, 53 over on the GS side, 47 for Strut. And if you guys are wondering how you can get your predictions in, well, you go to event.clashofclans.com. You can not only get your predictions in, you can also predict who you think is going to be winning the matches, and you can get gems for that. So be sure to go over and do that, because now it's time for Strut to see if they can answer with a 3-star. And here we go. We just saw Ash try to defend with that ring-style base, which did not work at all. And now it's his turn with the Lalo. Has 2 of the Ice Hounds as well. We have the Royal Champion off to the right side. She's gonna help try to grab the air defense and all the way through there with a skeleton spell being used over on the far Tesla farm over there. And more balloons and pulling some ground skellies as well.
Yeah, it feels like he really wants to get that tunnel with the Queen, and I think maybe that GS predicted the other side to be the target, but then Fern Tower on the far right side is going to stay up, so that might be a bigger problem than for us to overcome that. But the scatter's going down, the Queen is slowly approaching that town hall, and she should... the Tesla...
Oh no, our ability! Okay, come on. Grab that Town Hall, though. Town Hall does go down. Okay, the invisibility spell allowed the Queen to secure the Town Hall here, so it's okay.
Yeah, nicely reacted. Those are always those small things which are so crucial to get those key buildings out. And now the Lalo started. You as well see there is no Warden yet. He's delaying the Warden because he wants to send the Warden in from top with that, with those headhunters together. That's the key thing at this point. Everything is frozen because of those Ice Hounds. Even more free spirits are coming down. The rage is there as well, and the Warden ability any second.
Warden ability gotta be used. He's getting some sinking airbots. There's the ability, which not only kills the Queen with the headhunters, but now they're going off to the King, trying to have these balloons go straight to the single target in front of Buddy. Oh, he survives. There's a red box right into the middle, going down. We have the multi. We have a rage to the Air Expo. Does he have enough?
There's the big question. He has the Dragon Rider with the support of a couple of loons. And the one Inferno Tower is trying his best to make this a defense. But this is looking good for us. It was close, but there's one more Dragon Rider coming in from this bottom side.
He's got it.
That is the next 3-star. Both teams are starting off strong.
Oh, you can see the nerves. Taking that deep breath. Okay, we have answered. And Strut is attacking second, which kind of gives you a little bit of an advantage in terms of knowing what your opponent has done and what you have to do in order to try to defeat them. So it's getting a 3-star there is such a motivation, a confidence boost as well. And that was just over 2 minutes as well, so the time is going to be very close.
Yeah, time is very close. We're already trying to go ahead a little bit because, I mean, we're talking already about the 50-50, which, I mean, so far we have only seen one match result, like having the result with 15 stars. Question is this match going to be the same? We will find out with that next attack. Ryuda
is up here We have a Queen Charge Lalo being used, and he uses it about 26, just over 25% of the time in his attacks with just over about 66% hit rate, which means that this definitely has a chance that could fall short. So we have to really keep our eye on it. If he triples, he keeps putting pressure onto Strut as he does wall break his way in towards the scatter shot, raging the Queen up. But he's not dropping these healers until the air defense is down, so his healers are protecting him.
That was such a smart move, raging up the Unicorn so this Queen is staying safe because, as you said it, the air defense cost that he had to delay those healers. And now he's trying to get this huge push in. We all know how strong those heroes are. And he's trying to protect now his King, his Royal Champ, and his Lock Launcher going all the way. But the thing is, did he miss that Inferno Tower on purpose with the angle, or was this all planned? We will find out.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I mean, he pops a Warden ability. So the Yetis that come out of this, which is, I'm assuming is Yetis, maybe some Rocket Loons, can then go and target the multi-target Inferno, as the Queen could make her way around walking into the Town Hall at this point. But the RC is getting stuck onto this Lava Hound, does have her ability to utilize, but he is forced to use the freeze. Yetis do take this multi-target down now.
Yeah, the Warden is dealing a lot of damage on defense. He's raging.
Yes.
That is enough to keep that Queen ability alive. And with that Royal Champion in the core, he might even get that next multi-Inferno Tower, depending on the pathing of that Royal Champion. That would be huge, because this Lalo is already starting at the top side. There's now a lot of multitasking at the same time with the Queen.
Oh,
is she going for the Town Hall? That's the big question.
It is open, right? So single target Inferno, okay, freeze. So the Queen can come back around and secure not only the Town Hall, but the Royal Champion on the backside as his RC is coming through. There's the ability. Down goes the enemy Royal Champion. The balloons are making their way through. Queen locks out of the Town Hall, which just goes down with a rage to use as well. And we've got another 3-star here in this elimination match.
What an attack this was. Those attacks look so impressive when those heroes get just so much off the base. With the Rage taking down the last air defense, with the King being alive, with the Warden. And this is another 3-star for GS. And
Brilliant.
They're starting strong. They're really putting up this pressure. You said it's always great to be the second attacker in those setups, but at the same time, if the other team is just keep 3-starring, it is as well a lot of pressure on you and your team.
Yes.
So this should never be underestimated, and GS so far is doing an incredible job of really accomplishing that.
Yeah, incredible job so far with the pressure that's on. So we'll take another look at that attack, because look at this. That Queen going for that Town Hall, and of course these balloons coming back around and saving under that a rage spell for the very end, making it look easy. And you were mentioning how that log launcher was moving its way through. He wasn't angled, hitting the Inferno Tower, but he was able to take it down with the Yetis inside of that. What a great attack. But now it's time for Strut to see if they can answer the call.
And Strut is in. Yo-Yo 23, Lalo 23, and he's bringing his signature strategy. Now, Lalo is in. He's starting off with the blimp, making sure that he's taking down the Royal Champ, the scatter, the entire compartment if possible. And not only that, he's trying to drop the clankers as well. And he brought some clones to make this Yeti blimp even more powerful and making sure that this entire compartment is going to go down.
Yeah, and he secures this with that blimp, pulling out the CC. If you're able to take that clan castle down nice and early, you don't have to deal with it while your heroes or your troops are in the middle of the base, which can slow them down or even just pick them off. And if you don't time and drop that poison spell perfectly, it can be devastating. As Yo-Yo's pushing his way around, Baby Dragon's used off to the left side to help set that funnel to charge this Queen straight near this Town Hall. But he needs to find some way to distract, because this is a lot of damage on left. Okay, there's the Ice Golem.
The Warden.
Oh, the Warden does lock onto the Queen though.
No way!
Wow.
Queen ability is gone. There's a couple of ground skeletons. You said it. The Ice Golem is already popping. The Valkyrie is trying her best to support that Queen, but he has the invisibility spell in there as well. Is that enough? That's the good question. The freeze is invested as well to make sure this tunnel's going down, but was this investment too much to still get the 3-star?
We'll have to see as the RC's moving around with the Ice Hound going through the Warden. We've got a haste right over the multi, moving his way straight into that Queen. The Warden can pop his ability to protect the World Champion. Yep, perfectly pops that as the RC still has their ability to use later in the space.
And the Unicorn even triggered the Tornado Trap on the back end. That was incredible. The Hound is tanking, but still nicely.
Yes.
The Royce ability, and we see the crowd already knows the result. It's going to be another 3-star. And we have an incredible... This one Loon even triggered off the red mines. I mean, nothing can stop him now.
Nothing indeed. He uses that free spell onto the single target Inferno, and Yo-Yo comes in. And he's called a Lalo 23 as well.
Yes.
He's Yo-Yo, Lalo, kind of a call both of them because how good he is with this attack strategy. And it's all tied up here in this very first match of day number 1. If you're just joining, this is an elimination match in the lower bracket, meaning if you lose this, you are sent home, you are out of the competition.
Yeah, I mean, so far, most of those attacks were somewhat quick. I mean, we're trying to push it there, right?
Yes.
We're trying to push it there. That this percentage time as well might be a big factor at the end.
Yeah.
But next one. Yes, so far they were always so good in keep bringing the pressure up.
Yep.
Can they do it again? Let's go.
Next up is a 31 balloon attack. Okay, looks to be probably a blizzard. Drops that haste for these balloons to really test for sinking air mines. He's dropping a handful of them so that this blimp can make its way towards the town hall. And okay, he grabs the bomb tower. This is huge because Super Wizards would not be able to survive over a bomb tower because of the explosion and the chaining through. It's a really nice use of those balloons so that the death damage of the blimp takes that down.
Exactly, he had to invest a lot of wounds because the first tunnel going very down, but because the first couple of wounds did not really target the bomb tower, so he had to reinvest a couple of those. And with that, as well as I said, he was able to make sure that this entire side was scouted. No black mines to prevent that blimp. But now his heroes are in. Is the king going in the right direction? It seems like he's going off to the side, and he has to come back for this attack to succeed. There is a
Sneaky goblins.
sneaky goblins. Can they funnel quick enough? The king.
He still goes in. Okay.
The king is knowing what he should do, while the queen is keep charging in and going for that X-Bow, Royal Champ, and Inferno Tower next. This dive looks incredible.
It looks great because he found a Tesla farm nice and early with his heroes so that you can take that down and the balloons can focus on other defenses and don't get picked off through a Tesla farm as the queen's going to secure the multi. The Warden ability goes off with, look at that, he clips 2 Lava Hounds in that Warden ability, which is going to protect all these balloons as they're going to go to the bottom side and move it through the space.
That was incredible. Those hounds now can tank forever. That defending queen, you said it, only one headhunter being there. That is now taken down. The queen is shooting every single loon down. What is happening? The Royal Champion trying to somehow solve this. The queen is going for the single Inferno Tower. Is this still going to be enough?
That queen stepped out of the single target Inferno range, then came back in, so it was like perfect timing. He doesn't have any more, well, actually one balloon left, but that Lava Hound that was originally protected from the Warden ability is tanking this backside as he still has the queen ability, moving his way around with a minion wizard and a haste to utilize.
Wow, that was such an OP attack with those heroes coming in clutch. He is going to haste the Royal Champion to get another 3-star in. And GS are still perfect, keeping up the pressure high. Another 3-star. Wow, that was impressive.
That was insane. The way he stayed calm and still was able to do it. Seems like things were dying off, but it was the strength of the heroes. As we've seen from the recent challenges inside the game, how strong heroes can be of completing some of those challenges with like only 10 troop space or even no troops at all and just heroes. And that's what these pro players do. The hero of value is just on another level.
Yeah, let's take a look at that again with the Warden ability. And those, you said it, those 2 hounds which are flying across, tanking the queen, tanking air traps and everything. But now the core, they're really solid traps with those rat bombs and everything. You can see he is happy. He knows this attack was really important.
Yes.
Now we're back to Strut because it goes back and forth. Now Strut needs to attack and then needs a 3-star.
Is up, coming in with the Queen Charge Hydra, the dragons here in his attack. And Mask wants to bring 2 lightning spells, typically to take out a sweeper as well. Mask typically likes to attack either 2nd or 4th, but he's attacking 3rd. So he's to attack, I mean, they can attack really in any order, right? In Strut, they really move it around, but looking at some of the stats, it's like really kind of heavy for him in the 2nd and 4th position. So I guess he was ready to take on this base. And Mask is focused with the Queen.
No! The skeleton trap!
No.
No way.
Wow.
No way. Okay, so this is, we already know it's not going to go planned. He has to somehow save this, using the king now to push this queen back inside. And he has only 1 wall break. This wall break needs to go where the king platform is.
Yeah.
If that is not the case, he's in really big problems. And I could see that this wall breaker going for the eagle compartment as well, even though it's open. But we,
yes, it does!
I would have loved to be wrong, but unfortunately, this is now going to
no! Even though the queen ability going off as well, and the queen's walking around, the healers are getting hit by the multi and sinking air mines!
No way, it's going from bad to worse for Musk at this point. He's trying to recover. He has Yetis inside. And at this point, is he going to charge that town? The healers switched to those Yetis as well. Things are not looking good. He has to somehow recover this. He is the man with the 100% hit rate. Can he do this now?
Well, it all comes down to what he's going to do reacting when things are going wrong. The queen ability's already gone, so she's pretty much oh, he used the lightning onto the super minions instead because he wanted to maybe try to keep that queen alive, but the super minion goes down because he realizes that there's no sweeper pointing in this bottom direction, so this lightning was kind of almost swagged at that point since he wanted to send the dragons from the complete opposite side.
Yeah, and even if this is going to be a 2nd star now, he needs to get the percentage because otherwise this would be a huge defense for GS. The town are going down, but so far the dragons are avoiding the town of poison, but this means they're avoiding the single inferno tower as well.
Yeah, that single target inferno can pick things off as they make their way around these defenses. There's the town of poison, and this is looking like a lower percentage as well, which all GS needs to focus now is getting a 3-star and then above whatever this finishes with, and they will win this match.
Yeah, one thing which might be not too bad is that some dragons went to the outside. Maybe they can pick off some more percentages, but no, the air defense is in range. And this seems to be in around about 80-ish%.
78.
That's not what you're looking for if you have one of those 2 stars. And this is a huge defense for GS.
Yeah, that is a huge defense, just like you said, and we all see here. Mask, unfortunately, falling short. And we got a little audio to listen in on what just happened.
I mean, I just reversed the plan.
You have 1 wall breaker. Yeah. I guess you log.
Ja.
Oof, this is so bad.
Du würdest dann 3 Frost mitnehmen, oder? 3 Frost, ja. Ja. Okay.
Wow, you could hear how they were realizing, oh, you tried to reverse the plan and things are going really bad. Just unfortunate what happened in that attack, but there's still a couple attacks to still come in on each side. Anything can happen in these final set of attacks. Well, Itsu, it's time to see if GS can keep the 3 stars rolling in.
GS, they're are so close, but there's a ring base staying in their way. So far, the first ring base was no problem whatsoever for them. Can they repeat this on this one? They're changing up the approach. No lightning this time, but it's going to be still a Lalo attack. This time around, though, it's going to be a queen charge, having to use a freeze early on. And the Rage investing now as well, while this Clan Castle is trying to be as annoying as possible. But for now, otherwise, no crazy black mines found.
Yeah,
nothing crazy happened. So I think still everything looking solid.
Looking good right now. This Queenie can step her way up into the air defense compartment, help grab that. And then she'll go to the Expo, potentially may even walk. Yeah, because he dropped the Baby Dragon over to the left, meaning he wants to get this Queen to go towards the enemy Queen with the balloon, as he can try to clear that whole section there. And these bases, though, anything can happen, and it could even be a low percent, or that 1 star.
Yeah, anything is possible. We have to be careful with the second layer of damage, which so far looks pretty solid for him, because there is the Eagle, which is not as big of a threat as like the multi-inferno tower or air defense for his healers, for example. So far looking really good with this Queen forced inside. But there's the first black mine hitting those healers. Was it too late, though? Now he's sending in the blimp for the Town Hall. So he's not even supposed, like the Queen's not even supposed to charge the Town Hall.
And he even clipped the Lava Hound with that Warded Eternal Tone, which means the Hound is tanking even longer, which is brilliant here. That Tornado is spinning him. He's moving around. Does have a couple freezes. Okay, there it is. Freeze onto the Town Hall and the Scatter. And Sneaky Goblin's going to secure the Town Hall here.
But the Queen is stepping inside, so that might be a big problem for her if she's not going outside again. Because this Town Hall Poison might be deadly for her.
Can be.
Turning things invisible, but what? I mean, the Queen now is inside that Town Hall Poison, but she has to face a lot of defense on the back end. She has the Royal Champ to place, though.
But all he's got to get is above a 78%, and they will have the advantage in this match right here. The multi-target Inferno is going to go down. Still has the Royal Champion utilized, sends her directly into the King. Okay, was that the right call there, as the RC is going to burn her ability, skip through, hit some of these defense 78s, and it is going to be more than that. So they will have the advantage going to the final attack no matter what.
Yeah, I'm as surprised as you are about the location of the Royal Champ. Like, if you're going for the percentage, why don't you deploy it from the top side? There is no defending King who is, without a Headhunter, unbeatable on defense. I mean, for the Royal Champ, there is no chance. So you could have gotten more percentage from the top side. That surprises. But overall, he has done the job of getting more percentages overall than Strut.
Yeah.
So it's still on Strut's side now to get the 3-star, to force the 3-star on the other side.
Yep.
And this match is becoming closer and closer with this defense now.
This defense just lit a spark in Strut's eyes. They were like, oh, okay, we have a chance. It's not over just yet. The opportunity for us to come back is here in this elimination match. Because if you lose, you are out of the competition. All that work throughout the whole year, getting that golden ticket, then flying out to here to Helsinki, Finland, is going to be gone. But it is time for Strut to see what they can do next.
Tryhard is in. He had yesterday an unfortunate attack, and he's here now to get his team back into this match, back into this tournament, because they are right now not looking good, and he's trying to turn this around with the Queen Charge Dragon Rider attack, with the Flame Flinger in the mix as well. If he's not going to switch the siege.
Yeah, if he's not, oh, he does. Okay, yeah, right as you say it. Right on cue. Perfect timing. He switches it up to a Stone Slammer with Tryhard coming in with the Queen Charge Dragon Riders. This is his third most used attack strategy, so he really loves to come in with Queen Charge attacks, especially the Dragon Riders, as we got the Sneaky Goblins over to the left side, trying to help potentially get this Queen towards that Town Hall, as the King does lure out this Clan Castle now.
Yeah, that's a good thing, because he should be able to take down the Clan Castle while there's not too much damage on his Queen, depending on how she steps now. And as long as she... Oh, that one Kokolud was incredible. Sending one right in there as well. But now the Warden is on another blind.
Oh, wait.
This is bad news for I mean,
this is a trapped entry.
so far he's doing great. He already triggered 2 black mines with his loons.
That's true.
Another black mine coming in. Okay, that's.
He's noticing. Oh, another one!
But that's good news for him because he's playing Dragon Riders. This means no black mines on the other side of the base.
That's true. Absolutely. Another
black
one!
Oh my.
Wow, how many black sinking air mines are there? So like you said, he shouldn't be finding any with his Dragon Riders as he's pathing his way through. But this sweeper's going to be a little annoying as the Stone Slammer now just comes down to go for the air defense.
Oh yes, not used the warden ability just yet, surprisingly enough. And
there it is.
Now it's coming in as the Rage in the core is trying to take down as many defenses and heroes as possible. The Slammer at the top side popped and trying now to get into the back end. This one last compartment is all what he needs to take down.
He's got the RC still with her ability, and he pops the RC ability, goes across the space, hits the Wizard Tower, now goes to the scatter shot. He's got the minions around the Queen with ability, and this is looking good. Pops that ability there as long as he's got enough time for cleanup. It looks like we've got ourselves a 3-star from Tryhard.
This was so good. Like, as soon as they saw, okay, there are a little bit too many black mines on this side. We should try to send some Cocoloons in there. That's what they did. And with that, Tryhard getting this all-important 3-star for this match. I mean, this match could not get any closer than this.
So it comes down to this final attack for GS. If they triple, they win and send Strut home. But if they fall short, a 99% 2-star, then the captain himself, boom, has an opportunity. But we'll take a look at that attack one more time to see how strong it was with those Dragon Riders. And you'll notice all the sinking air mines really being used in the beginning part of the base, or the bottom side, I should say, where you decide to send the Queen into. And it was just amazing to say that balloons pulling sinking air mines after sinking air mines, keeping her alive, just another level or two.
Yeah, you see the relief in his face, but I feel like we should have as little downtime as possible because we want to know who is going to win this. So let's go straight into the next attack.
It's time for the final attack of GS in the lower bracket. Match number 1 down today. If you 3-star, you win. If you don't, you may end up losing if Strut comes in and answers the call. As the Queen is dropped with this Queen charge, Lalo dropping her to make her way, looks to be to the left side as the King is going to charge into the defending King, the multi-target Inferno, and take this bottom compartment down.
Yeah, there's one headhunter supporting his own king to take down this compartment while his queen is charging towards that top side around the eagle. Royal Champion going into that eagle compartment to take down the Expo, which is out of reach for that queen. And this is looking so far as an incredible plan if he gets his queen all the way towards the town hall. At the same time, though, here's the spaded. This looks somewhat, I mean, you could see this plan, okay? Let's call it that way.
Yeah. With the RC now taking out the Air Expo, pops her ability, skips across, hits the Expos, hits the scatter. Now the Queen is taking out the scatter shot before having to deal with the enemy World Champion. Out comes the Super Minions, the Headhunters as well. Needs to keep this Queen alive as this Queen looks like she's going to continue her charge towards that Town Hall.
That poison was pretty solid overall, like catching that defending Royal Champion as well. The Super Minions are shooting a little bit, but that should be no problem for this Queen. The Queen now about to get dragged into the single Inferno Tower range, so he has to invest one more spell there, which is going to be the invisibility spell. But otherwise, so far, this attack looks really solid. I mean, he has the Siege left, he has the Warden left, he has Lalo left. This is looking good.
This is looking really good with this charge so far. And the Queen staying alive as the Lalo zone coming through. Remember, a 3-star here. And GS will eliminate Strut in the championship here as the ability goes off. Not only protects the Blip, the Balloons, the Lava Hound, as well as the Queen is going to go and scare the Town Hall.
He's multitasking as much as possible. Town Hall going down. Another haste coming in to get into that scatter shot. Only the sweeper can save this base maybe, but there is just a huge loot parade coming in, and the Queen finishing another air defense.
And the balloons are moving their way through. We got a Falcon, we got a Freeze, we got 5 balloons. Pops that Queen ability. Just over 40 seconds left in the space, pulling some red air bombs through this top of bar, making his way around. And it looks like this is going to be a 3-star, getting it done. And GS is going to be finishing with 14 stars in this match. And that means Strut is going to be the second team eliminated here in the competition.
That's right. GS having a better percentage. That's it. Everything coming down to those percentage overall. And I think this attack, we should rewatch that because, I mean, that was just so clutch and such a clean attack overall with this approach. And there's this loon parade. The backhand, I mean, that was like one wizard tower versus 10 million loons.
Absolutely. Just incredible. So many balloons left in this attack. And you even mentioned it. You thought that this attack could have been something that was predicted, something that they could have tested against. And there wasn't a lot of seeking air mines with that Queen charge. But it's now time for the final attack of this match from the captain himself to try to just bring a 3-star in for their team.
And we have a boom in with the Queen Charge Dragon Rider, one of the strategies which we're seeing a lot at the moment. Queen Charge being strong and the follow-up with Dragon Riders being really consistent. Take a look at that. There were so many outside small bombs. And if you're wondering, why was that the case? Well, exactly to prevent those funnelings with Sneaky Goblins, so those small bombs can take them out. Maybe you have one or two less Sneaky Goblins in your army composition, which is messing up your plan. I feel like at this stage, if things are going wrong, you're going to panic quite quick.
Yeah, that can definitely be a big problem for sure, but as King looks to be making his way into the Town Hall, the Expo on top of him, but that Queen looks like she's charging down this alley here towards the single target Inferno as he pulls out Rocket Loons. Super Minis are on the point. He decides to freeze this up to keep that Queen alive, but the Town Hall does go down from the King.
Yeah, but he had to use the Queen ability, which is a heavy investment. Another invisibility spell used in addition to that skeleton spell to prevent that single Inferno Tower locked onto the Queen. And take a look at that wall break. He's opening the entire base to give that Queen as much freedom as possible with the Royal Champion charging in front of the bottom side, supporting everything and pushing those Dragon Riders towards the top side.
Yeah, with that RC ability going off, going to the bottom tower, pops that Grand Warden Tome to protect the Dragon Riders. The Flame Flinger is still trying to get some value towards the top side as the mortar is hitting it. But this Queen, look at this. She's walking right through the opening in this base, through the walls, and she goes straight for the scatter shot and up and around.
This is looking incredible for Boom. The Dragon Riders are closing in. Multi-Inferno Tower being... Oh, that freeze! Catching the Royal Champion. Barely on the outside.
Beautiful job as these Dragon Riders balloons are still pathing their way around to the top side. We got a wall breaker on the backside to provide a little bit of a distraction, but that won't matter at all because it looks like this will indeed be the 3-star. Dragon Rider just needs to remove that multi. It's the biggest threat hitting him, and the Arch Tower will go down. So Boom would have gotten the 3-star, or at least he did. So that means if GS failed their last stack, Strut would have been the winners of this match here. But you know, there was a lot less pressure on him because they knew that they couldn't win, so who knows? They could have been shaking a little bit more, but what that means is GS are your winners of this elimination match, and they will be advancing, sending Strut home. What a performance from them.
Okay, that was unexpected, I would say. I mean, Strut going again into this tournament with having incredible stats overall, and it just looked like they were one of the contenders, but they losing the first 2 matches already. Unfortunate. So let's go to Bex.
Well, commiserations to Strut Esports, but GS continue their journey in the lower bracket. Later today, you will be competing again. However, I just want to know, coming into this match today, you knew you were coming into the lower bracket. Was there a lot of additional pressure knowing that it's a lower bracket match and it's against Strut Esports?
今日は最初から敗者ブラケットで戦わないといけないと分かりましたけれども、そしてストラットと対戦、すると分かったんですけれども、これはもっとプレッシャーを与えましたか？
やっぱ初戦のストラットは自分たちの中でも優勝候補だったので、より一層いつもよりベーステストを長い時間かけて攻撃も仕上げました。
So we knew from the beginning we're gonna go against Strut, and we knew we have the means to win the game. So we had a lot of time to prepare. It was all good.
I mean, you definitely showed up on the main stage in your first match of the day. It was truly incredible to see. Now, going forward, you're going to have to compete once again in the lower bracket. So what's your plan between now and then?
この大会では明日まで勝ち上がるためにもう一つの試合で戦わないといけないんですけれども、今の試合と次の試合の間どうするつもりですか？何をするつもりですか？
次の5試合目まではいつも通りリラックスして、そうですね、ベースの準備もしていきます。
So, as always, we're just going to relax before Game 5. We have plenty of time to just calm down, and we'll just tinker on our bases, maybe.
Nice, a bit of rest and relaxation before you go into your next match. Congratulations, GS, for getting this far and for continuing your journey in the lower bracket. Everyone in the Clash Fest arena, put your hands together for GS. I'm going to hand it back over to the caster's desk where they can break down what we just saw in that war. It was incredible.
Thank you, Banks. What a match that we just saw here. GS taking it 14-14 to thank your Strut. And you put up a 14-star performance, Itsu, and you still are going to get eliminated. It's still just heartbreaking.
Yeah, heartbreaking, especially with just this percent attack being the difference maker. It is so hard at the same time. I mean, both teams did incredible show and incredible attacks. And I feel like with talking so much about incredible things, we can talk about the incredible person next to me, who is Maxi. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. It's wow, I'm blushing, guys. But yeah, that was an incredible war that we just witnessed, and with a unexpected ending for many, Strut being out of the competition, same way as last year, being kicked to the lower bracket and then losing once again. But it was an extremely close match, and we also have to point out once again how unlucky it went for Musk here. I mean, he did well with the invisibility spell, and the skeletons lured him over, and then he tried so much to get this attack back on track, and he talked to his teammates. We heard it in the audio, which I really like, these commands between the teams, and they had a plan, but then the wall breaker didn't work, then the wall breaker was too slow, like everything went against him, then the healer switched, and he just had to save it somehow, and unfortunately that was in the end what got them the loss here in this one.
Yeah, and that's what we talk about throughout all the time, is the one small thing that goes wrong can cost your team that victory. And what happened here was the skeletons from Mask pulling the queen the wrong way, and you hate to see that. But I'm hearing that we have an attack to break down here today. So Maxi, take it away.
Absolutely. So guys, we are going to take a look at Ogayochi's attack. He did a queen charge Lalo attack here. So let's take a look at it. He starts his queen on the bottom left side with the goal of her to walk all the way here into this scatter shot. But in order to do that, he had to funnel down here with his king and some sneaky goblins that then allowed his king to go into the multi-inferno. Take it out, take out the king with it, and create some nice pathing. And what all of that did is it left the Eagle Artillery completely free, basically in the center of this flank of the base. And there he sends his Royal Champion in. Really nicely, not much damage there, just to build a hut and the X-bow. And look at this queen, he saved so many spells there right at the start. He didn't need a single spell so far, but now that the damage on his queen is increasing at the top side, he has to invest the first rage spell. But first of all, this attack is going according to plan and going extremely well. And remember, this was just the hero part so far. So let's see how it unfolds further. The queen charges into this compartment, and then and then the CC comes out right onto his queen. He reacts perfectly, but look at this poison spell I want to point out to you, because he put it in a way that the super minions would fly into it and the other troops would run through it. So perfectly placed there, and at this point he knew that this queen charge is going well. The only thing he had to worry about at this point was, you knew it already, the single target Inferno. And because of that, he had to be a little patient with the Lalo, investing the invisibility spell and then making sure that the queen makes her way into the town hall. And as soon as that was done, we can see on the other side of the base his Lalo starting right there into the remaining defenses. Once again, look at the queen. She is perfectly fine here at the top side, so he can concentrate on his Lalo coming in with the Warden ability, with the Rage spell, with the Headhunters for the enemy queen. Everything worked out perfectly for him. He opens the blimp on this multi-target Inferno and then just has to worry about the last key defense here in this base, the scatter shot, while the queen just took care of the town hall. What a great job. And the Lalo powers through the rest of the base. Now we see a very interesting Tesla farm here. I always like to highlight the base building as well. Look at that at the top side. So many red mines there, and I'm sure Strut were expecting something special there. Maybe a hero dive into the town hall, and they were defending some balloons to take out the Teslas. Also the skeletons were there, but in the end we can see Ogre Yoshi here, and that is the real and most important spotlight of this attack, celebrating in the bottom side. Yeah, that was so beautiful to see, and it was a very convincing 3-star, and also with a lot of pressure that got them the victory in the end. So GG to Olga Yoshi.
Yeah, GG to GS as they got it done. But now what we have to take a look at is the most valuable player, where a lot of you at home were able to submit your predictions or your votes. And there it is. Look at that. Right there, coming in with the percentage, as we have the most valuable player there with, I guess that must have been the highest percent. So, hey, you picked the right attack.
I'm a man of the people. What can I say?
Yeah, very nice. But again, now let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket. Let's update you all and see where things stand. As we now know, 2 teams going home are Strut and X Team, as we have some amazing matches to come into.
That's right. We're going to now dive into the second round of the upper bracket with having an incredible next match between Space Station and Tribe. And then we're going to keep going down that route with Reported Gang versus Queen Walker Stephanie, and then 2 more matches. So there's going to be plenty of more clash action today, which you do not want to miss. I mean, just the first match already, it was so incredibly close. Just those few couple of percentage in the end were the difference maker. So that was really impressive looking.
Very impressive indeed. But now it's time to get to know the next teams in today's matchups.
Back in the upper bracket, where the air is crisp and our players are feeling nice and cozy. 2 clans are about to meet on the battlefield and see who can assert their dominance. Who's going to continue their win streak? Let's find out. Please welcome to the stage Space Station and Tribe Gaming.
they have been performing so well lately, and this is also what makes this match so spicy, because we have two teams that have not lost recently, and yeah, it's going to be one that has to lose in this match.
Yeah, there's always sadly having to be like one team which is, well, going to take a loss overall, but I cannot wait to see how we're going to witness things with maybe new strategies. I mean, we have heard from different teams now, Queen Walkers yesterday with the bowler blimp. If you have missed that, you should definitely rewatch that attack. But we have seen a lot of new things already with like a lot of Hog Riders like appearing again in those attacks. We had the bowler blimp, we had different approaches with Valkyries, so a lot of different secrets are getting used within this tournament to maybe surprise your opponent.
Absolutely, and Tribe is known to sometimes having something up their sleeves, and I'm very excited if we can yet see something like that. But also Space Station, sometimes they came in with the Super Witches as well, but so far not as successful. I'm going to be interested to see if they try it again and what base types they're going to use. But guys, let's dive into the first attack and start this one off.
First attacker is live. Tribe attacking first with Rekiris in. And we have another Lalo attack. His special ability, if you want to call it like that. He's just so good with those hounds and loons overall. The question is, can he show this today? Because it seems like it's going to be a blizzard, which means a blimp delivering some super wizards into the base to take...
No!
Never mind, we're seeing the bowler blimp again.
Huh. I'm speechless, because I was thinking, why did he use the bowler blimp? Because it did take out the ground bow.
Maybe because he was afraid of giant bombs? I'm not really sure. One thing we have learned yesterday, that Queen Walkers said they like to maybe sometimes bring it in if they have to get their troops onto a bomb tower, because bowlers have more HP than super wizards. But I don't think there was a bomb tower. So yeah, little question mark for us. Maybe it has not worked as planned. Maybe the town already took too much damage from the goblins which were in there, and that might have kept this expo alive. Either way, we have now those heroes diving in with the first spring trap, getting rid of this ice golem.
Yeah, and I mean, in the end, he got it done, even with saving 2 invisibility spells. So maybe it is even a cheaper option than the Super Wizards if you don't want to go for too much splash there. But let's see the hero dive, how it goes into the attack. Very important to take out this scatter shot now, as the Royal Champion is doing that. And the King and the Queen are making their way very deep into the base, Itsu.
Wow, just this pathing. I mean, those heroes are just unstoppable. He is getting close to the 50% mark, and he's just used this Queen ability with the Lado now. Coming in from this bottom side, 2 more invisibility spells invested for that Royal Champion to stay alive, which means the back-end Queen is going to survive, and this gives his Headhunters maybe a tough time, because remember, if you place those Headhunters from the bottom side, they will go first for the King. And this might be a problem for Akiras.
Yeah, and what I think is always so impressive about his Lalo is how patient he can usually be. And he's showing that once again, saving up those loons. 1 loon for the Archer Tower, 2 loons for the cannon, and 2 loons for the other cannon. So this way he creates some great pathing, leaving this big group of balloons in the center of the base. But the big group, unfortunately, is not that big anymore. So they keep on dying out, these balloons. Can he make it through the last couple of defenses there?
Oh, the Headhunter is going down, which means the Queen is surviving, and this is going to be the first defense of this match, it looks like.
Warden, we have an owl, we have a baby dragon,
maybe?
We have a chance. No, the Warden, okay. The Warden is being targeted, or is it the owl? I don't know, it's the Warden, oh my god, and this is getting close, but I think he will fall short because the Warden would have been the highest damage dealer. And now we have 2 skeleton traps that the sneaky goblins lure over, and he will finish at 98%. And yeah, that is a surprise. It's because yesterday it didn't go according to plan for Rekiris, but still he made it work. This time it seemed like every time went perfectly fine, but he fell short. So maybe that was some great base building there from Space Station.
It was for sure, because we had Space Station in the Stage 4 qualifiers for this World Championship, and they were the team with the best defense overall, which was impressive. So Tribe already with the first attack, struggling versus those bases from Space Station. The question now is, does Space Station struggle versus the Tribe bases? Let's find out.
Yes, their first attack, and it's going to be P. Castro, who is perfect so far, just like Rikiris. So I don't want to jinx anything here, but he definitely has to prove a point right here and have a better start for his team here. He has the chance to, because Tribe gave him the opportunity, and he is coming in with a Queen Charge Lalo attack here, but it's 28 balloons is a huge amount that we rarely see, but the Lock Launcher coming in now.
Yeah, we have seen quite a few times those lot of Lalo attacks from Space Station, but typically we see the blimp from them for the Town Hall, so they're mixing things up with a different siege overall. While the Queen is tanking the mortars, this Lock Launcher is going to make its way through and opening for that Queen right into the core. Question though is if he has gotten everything he wanted to get, or if this Lock Launcher opened early.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I mean, the Yetis get stuck on the King there for the longest time. And also the healers! Wow. The healer switch to the Yetis, and that is not what you want on a Queen Charge. He tries to invest a lot of spells in this and the range spell. Oh my god, and he's coming in with the Lalo already into the Town Hall, but this Queen is going to have a hard time there now that her Unicorn has died, Itsu.
That's right, the Town Hall explosion needs to be avoided, especially with the Town Hall poison as well. There's still a Lalo part left, like he has still the Hound, he has still 11 loons, and he has still a jump, but it seems like only the King left to really utilize their jump.
And the crowd is going crazy, just like they went on Tribe's defense, because this could be the next setup here right away. But look at this. This has returned into a Queen Charge here, and he is investing the jump spell and the free spell for his Queen, and she is still going strong, taking out this single, but now her time is over. At the bottom side, we see the Royal Champion, the King. At the top side, the Royal Champion with a couple of balloons. Does this still have a chance, Itsu?
Oh, it's tough to say because there is no Warden left anymore. This Royal Champion, without her ability, is going down. And it seems like the crowd is going crazy about another defense. And take a look at this percentage. This is incredible low percentage. And we see why those two teams are known for their base building. I mean, we always like to highlight the offense, but both teams are looking so good on defense as well. He's trying to pick off as many percentage points as possible, but it's not going to be the percentage you're looking for when those two stars are happening, like 95% and more. This is not even going to be a 90%.
No, exactly. It's just this one storage that he might get down, but no, there goes the splash damage from the scatter shot. Very unfortunately, and you pointed out the base building, which I think, when it comes to the traps, is very important. But in this case, we have to say it was also a little bit unlucky for him there, because his Queen wasn't getting any damage, but the Yetis did, and that's why the healer switched to his Yetis, something that is very, very hard to plan for. You cannot really foresee that exact pathing into the attack. So a little bit unlucky there for him, but still, it was very impressive to see how he came back from that hiccup there and still got a very respectable result there. But now it is back to Tribe, and they have it in their hand if they keep on tripling. And we see the community voting right there, and it's barely in favor of Tribe Gaming. It's what do you make of that?
I mean, it's really close, and if you still want to have some impact on the voting, you can just go and visit the website event.clashofclans.com, because you can not only try to predict the matches, but as well you can get some nice juicy rewards in-game. I mean, that should be already something you're looking for, right? But what we would like to watch as well is the next attack, so let's go in.
And here we go, and it is Nebrax coming in with the next one, and what do we see there? The Inferno baby dragons, a lot of them, but even more balloons. So this guy has a lot of tanking and a lot of base triggering there on his trap triggering there on his plan. But first of all, he comes in with the single bat spell to take out the air defense near to the Town Hall, and will then send a safe blimp in as soon as he has looked for seeking air mines. And it's going all good so far for him.
That's right, and one big question might be for all of the viewers at home, he's doing an air attack, Maxi. So why is there skeleton spells in his army composition?
Well, the skeletons, that's why Itsu is asking this question. They are staying on the ground, so they can only tank ground, mostly tank ground defenses, you should think. But they are on the same time. They can tank the air and ground targeting defenses, like the Air Expo we can see here in the center of the base next to the Royal Champion, and like the Archer Tower, like the Bogey Tower. And there he comes in, Nebrax. Let's talk about how these Inferno Dragons go through there. And what I also like is the CC. It's very good for the attacker because it was a damaged CC. No Lava Hound that could be lured out by the heroes. And so far, they seem like there are even more than 14 baby dragons. So what is he doing? Has he had a clone spell?
Not really, but a lot of the Inferno Dragons are still alive. The question, though, is always with the core. The first Black Mines and Red Mines are coming up and hitting those Inferno Dragons hard.
Look at the freeze!
The freeze is there. Getting that scatter on the back end is clutch.
Yeah.
But the thing now is with this one big compartment left where the king is staying inside. If this king is going down, this is looking incredible, but this king has to go down.
Yeah, absolutely, but look at Nebrax's king. He knows exactly what to do. He goes in for the king, but the enemy king just stays on the outside, and this is looking good. The power of the heroes, and we can already hear Tribe shouting, the fans shouting, and I love the atmosphere in this stadium. Everyone is really feeling their attacks, the attacks that are happening, and Nebrax definitely felt the power of the Inferno Dragons on this one, and he had the right gut feeling there.
Yeah. Really good attack there with quite some time left. We have to take down some more beatings, but
they know it, though. These guys are pros, and they just know the power of those heroes. I mean, the Queen, he used the ability already. You could think, why would he do that? But the reason is he knows that the Unicorn is there. He knows the HP of the Queen, and that there are just a couple of buildings left that cannot do too much damage. And we see it. I mean, it's getting thinner and thinner, but he's still got 30 seconds on the clock, and you can see it. He was exactly right with his estimation, and Tribe is back after the hiccup in the first attack. A triple from Nebrau.
And now it's back to Space Station to get their 3-star in as well, to stay close. Because we have talked about this so many times, about the attacking order of those teams. Because if you're taking second, you always have the advantage of knowing what the other team is doing. But let's dive into what Tribe was saying during that attack.
Yeah, let's go.
Alex is the best.
Excellent ability.
Alex is the best.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go! Okay, Fokus. Ich mache als nächstes dann Quetsch mit dir.
Ganz ruhig, man quatsche dir.
Atme tief durch, mein Junge, atme tief.
Fick dich!
Yeah, very, very nice to see. Like, the best part for me was Nebrax screaming at the start, yeah, and then they are, like the captain, Kronos, is calming them down, focus again. Exquisite says, no, calm, and Kronos is like, okay, we stay calm, we still have a war to win, I go next, and that was very interesting to hear there in German. So I think we have to see what Space Station has to answer to this, and maybe if they can triple themselves. So let's dive into the next one.
We have Leo going live, another Queen George Lalo attack. The attack which they reinvented, we should say, during the stage phase of the qualification for the World Championship in Clash of Clans. The question though is, are they going to stay to their approach? Or they have mainly Queen George the Eagle, but so far it looks like he tries to get his Queen towards the scatter. The question though is, how is he going to get that funnel done? Is he going to wall break at that bomb tower? This is what it looks like, Maxi, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yep, and just as you were saying that, he deploys the wall breaker. Also, using the coconut balloon that we talked about yesterday already to look for Seeking Air Mines. Found the first one, found the second one, so maybe Tribe were expecting this, but so far Leo is doing great with his coco balloons. A third one getting even deeper into the base, but not finding the next Seeking Airman. So maybe this was a trap for the Blimp, but we have seen the Blimp actually coming in on the left side with the Yetis, and he's not even investing a rage spell.
Yeah, really good use of that Blimp without wasting any spells while this Queen keep charging forward. I'm really looking forward to how this Queen is going to walk. take a look at the setup. Take a look at the setup with the sweeper. So the queen can reach the sweeper, and if she's going to step inside the corner, she might get lured into the wrong side. But we have to see, there's the invisibility spell. There's this time no skeleton trap whatsoever to lure the queen to the wrong side. This is exactly what I said. This corner is deadly for the queen. Where is she going now? And it seems like she's not going as intended to the multi.
No, not
I
at
said
all.
it. Making some buildings reachable as base builder is so clutch, and this has messed up the entire deck. So again, insane base building.
Absolutely, but Leo is doing his best here to react, and he's starting the Lalo as well. And honestly, there's not a lot left of this base, so I think this still has a chance, and we know just how good Space Station are with their Lalos. And I mean, there's a full life Royal Champion with the ability still in there.
Queen going down inside that Town Hall Poison during her ability is huge for the defense. At the same time, he's trying to push against this sweeper without having too many spells left. This Royal Champion has to be clutch, and we have seen many times those heroes overpowering the back, and the Warden is not getting closer, and the Royal Champion is in this side, the single barrel range.
His queen, oh my god, it seemed like his screaming motivated his queen as well, because this queen just picked up so many troops there. This is incredible, and all of this could only happen because the queen from Leo went the wrong way. Otherwise she would have taken out Nebrax's queen there. That's yeah, saved them from being tripled by Leo. So incredible, another defense there. And what I wanted to point out before is the way that Leo tanked for a wall breaker with a giant. That was very impressive to me in the start there, because he realized the cannon would deal too much damage and the wall breaker would not get to the core. But unfortunately, the pathing wasn't in his favor. Still, very good percentage, but not the triple they needed.
Yeah, and that's the problem at this point. They're having twice now those 2-star attacks in with their favorite strategy. I mean, they love to play those Queen Charge Lado attacks, and we have to say it, they reinvented this strategy as well during the stage 4 of the Clash of Clans Worlds qualifiers, and they did so well on offense with it. So far, not finding the right angle to get the 3-star in, so now it's back on Tribe to get maybe some further lead and get some more 3-stars, or give Space Station the chance of staying in this match. We will find out in just a second, because we're diving into the next attack.
Yes, the crowd is calming down for Kronos, the team captain. Oh, or is it Cinti? I can't tell from here, but I can see 33 Hog Riders, that's for sure. So, what is this? We haven't really seen that before, and there are 4 invisibility spells in there as well. And this is a Skelly Donut into what he made the clan castle invisible.
And he's dropping those invisibility spells really quickly. The question now is, does he... Oh, he brought enough skeleton spells and invisibility spells to get that Town Hall down. Everything relies on this Flamefinger to get the Town Hall out. And then it's just a lot of Hog Riders to get the back end of this base done.
Yeah, and once again, we talked about it yesterday, the way that some players are able to combine really strong mechanics in the game is just incredible, and I think Kronos is doing just that. Oh, but the funnel, I don't know, does he even want to funnel the queen? I don't know. He has to pop the king ability though in a second to make sure he takes out the enemy queen, and he was already starting with the Hog Riders. What? While his queen is still going. But honestly, I don't think that he is doing this for the first time.
Yeah, but at the same time, those Hog Riders are pathing a little bit different than what he expected. Those Hog Riders in the middle are really low on hit points. Coming now back into this heal spell with only 1 heal left, and using that right as he is approaching that scatter. But the Hog Riders are going out of the scatter again, so those heal spells are not as effective, and he misplaced them quite a bit.
Yes, and he still has a king to deal with. I mean, 1 Hog Rider helping him out there, but just the Royal Champion is going to have a hard time taking out what is left in this base. He doesn't have any more spells, and he wanted to keep his queen alive there, but I think he would have done better if he had waited a little bit more for his heroes to do their job and then start the Hog Rider part later on. But the Royal Champion ability, he delays quite a lot.
Okay, apparently he knows already it's going to be a 3-star, because it seems like with that Warden and the Queen getting healed full, I mean, she was at literally 0 hit points. The Unicorn making sure this Queen is staying alive. She's redirecting now, and even though some of those heal spells were questionable, she the Queen is just making it. Kronos getting in the next 3-star, Tribe getting the next 3-star, and putting more and more pressure on Space Station as the crowd is going completely wild. So he's celebrating, feeling good about this attack, and it's back to Space Station now. We really need to put that first 3-star on the board.
Yeah, and he has proven me wrong there. Keeping his Queen alive was clutch in the end. I mean, we don't know how it would have went the other way, but it definitely was the complete right decision there. So I think this attack was so interesting that we have to watch some highlights of that, because as I said, that is usually an attack strategy that mostly Cynthia, or only basically Cynthia, uses from MS Esports. But also with missing the first invisibility spell there, it was so nice to see how calm he stayed, and that he still knew he could invest more invisibility spells and still had a chance to get the clan castle down, and it worked perfectly.
Yeah, and I feel like overall we're seeing less sketty donuts, which makes sense, because this attack, we have seen it yesterday a couple of times, it's easy to mess them up, especially when your hands are shaking on stage and everything. It is risky because you have to deploy this invisibility spell perfect. Otherwise, you're turning the clan castle invisible, and we have seen that yesterday.
Yes.
Unfortunately, causing a couple of fails. It's a strong but risky approach, and with those players being on stage live in front of the audience, it's always a lot of pressure on them.
Absolutely, and I mean, yesterday it was in fact stars from the Queen Walkers who we barely see miss any spells in an attack, and like this is a spell that you have really a lot of time to concentrate on, and he is one of the best with this strategy, in fact, but even he messed it up. So did Kronos, but they both got it done for their team, and in the end, yesterday Stars got the victory with his team. And let's see how it will play out for Tribe here, as this war is still in the middle of it, and we have Space Station with the next attack.
Space Station up next, and we have Marinal in there with the Lalo. He's bringing a golem, he's bringing a jump, he wants to get some value with those heroes, but he's starting things off with the little sneaky goblin.
Yeah, sneaky goblins, always a good choice, and yesterday he hadn't had that much success with the Super Witches, so he is changing things up and coming in with the Hero Dive Lalo, but yeah, spicing it up a little bit there with the Golem and the jump spell, and there we see it, and now it's all about how well he can get into this Town Hall compartment.
Yeah, yes, be careful maybe with this double cannon on the far right side, but as long as that is no problem, this is looking good. Using the skeleton spell to distract that defending Royal Champion, to give his king a bit more power while pushing into that compartment. The Royal Champion on his own is getting added. This queen is keep charging forward because the goal for this queen is to take the Town Hall down.
Exactly, and we have to take a look here at the timing, because the enemy CC has been lured out, but the Royal Champion has no damage on her whatsoever. Just taking out this Hound there all by herself, taking her time, being in no rush, you know. But the Queen cannot be distracted by the lava puffs there. Okay, nice. She goes for the Town Hall, he uses the ability, and that should be secured.
Yeah, really, really nice hero dive already. The question though now is, was this enough value to make this Lalo work? We have seen insane Lalos from those pros. Can Marinal get this now for Space Station in? Can he be the one who is starting maybe the comeback for Space Station, while the Lava Hound and the Slimmer are approaching from the top side? He's trying to support his Royal Champ, but he's not going to get that defending Queen.
It was a very nice touch there though with the double invisibility spell in order to get more value, but there is a multi-inferno, and we've seen yesterday on the strat attacks how hurting it can be for a Lalo attack if a Inferno is surpassed by all the troops.
That's right, the backhand test so far, but the raged up headhunters are pretty much one-shotting that defensive Queen.
And
this is looking so good. Marinal with his Lalo, he's famous for this, and he is making this look easy.
Very good job here by Marinal. I mean, there's still a couple of defenses left, but everyone knows it here. The crowd is going wild, and you at home know it as well, I'm sure. He's got the haste spell still in the back. He doesn't even need it. Maybe uses it for time. I would appreciate it. I'm someone who always likes to use everything they have in their attack to make it as good and quickly as possible. So far, he's not using it, also not using the Archer. So it's
Yeah, there it goes. I love to see it. And what a crushing 3-star there for Marinal with his hero dive Lalo.
Yeah, what a great attack this was. Nicely done. Thinking out of the box with the jump spell. Like, we see a lot of open compartments. If you're wondering, like, if you're watching maybe this competitive Clash of Clans for the first time, then the reason why we're seeing so many open compartments is to mess up wall breakers. Yeah. And well, with that jump spell, he's completely outsmarting that because he does not need the wall breaks. And because this was so fancy, we should take a look at that again. Because with this zero dive, he took down the entire top right side and then this ladder. I mean, from two sides, left side and from the bottom side, pushing everything in at the same time. Beautiful.
Yes, I loved exactly that, how he delayed the Warden there to send it in with the second part of the Lado into the Rage spell and with the Headhunters as well to take out the enemy Queen. We were worried there for a second because the Royal Champion wasn't able to take her out, but then the Headhunters did the job. Let's see if the next attacker from Tribe can do their job and jump into the next attack.
Exorcist is alive and he is coming in with another Queen Charge Lalo. I feel like it's fair to say it's the favorite strategy of all of those pros. It's so flexible, it's so strong right now. If you get those Queen Charges right and in those hands of those pros, those Queen look like, I don't know, she's never going the wrong side or really rarely. While we see this entire compartment stacked with some skeleton traps. So the question is, where's the bakery?
Yeah, he doesn't have one. He probably wasn't expecting to lure 4 skeleton traps. So look at this, how many shots the Queen needs to take them out. And unfortunately, due to the splash damage of the scatter shot, his Unicorn already died. So he's going to need another Rage spell here in a second because the Ground Expo is actually one of the biggest damage dealers in a base. In fact, it's the single targeting defense that does the most damage. And with the help of the scatter shot, that is definitely forcing the Rage spell. But his Queen taking good care of the Lava Hound. Now the CC is taken out entirely. He needs to invest another Rage here, or another spell, I should say. Going with the freeze and keeping his Queen alive, sending in the coconut balloons because also he is scared of a bait or, you know, a lot of seeking air mines in the base against this type of attack.
Yeah, that's right. So far those teams were incredible in predicting entries, defending those with traps, and he's trying to make this as safe as possible overall. Well, he's wall breaking already into the next compartment. And the Queen is having a lot of damage on her. The question though is, with 1 minute and 25 seconds on the clock, is it going to be a time problem? No, maybe not, because the Lalo has just started.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a damage problem though at the moment because okay, his Queen needs force the ability, but now the damage is getting lower and lower. So as you said, the Lalo started, and that is the important part right now. Can he pop a perfect Warden ability? Yes, he can. Sending all of the balloons through the Rage, out of the Town Hall Poison, protected by the Warden ability. But there goes the Tornado Itsu and the Red Mines.
The Red Mines took down every single loon in the first group. There's more rocket loons coming out of the Clan Castle, reinforcing this first group. The question though is, with no skeletons, we know that, no skeleton traps on the back end, is this still going to be enough?
Actually, the problem is the Royal Champion at this point, but the Owl takes her out, and he still has the Royal Champion with the invisibility spell. So honestly, this is just about time at this point. But Itsu, we know all of the skeleton traps have already been triggered. So he's got the Archer that he can still deploy. He's got the invisibility spell to secure the Royal Champion. Survives this attack, and it's looking good.
It's looking good, or at least that's what the crowd thinks, because they're cheering already crazy. That Royal Champ should have no problems whatsoever versus this Elixir Storage. And this means Tribe Gaming, after the first problems in the first attack, they are looking again strong. You can see them celebrating on stage and feeling excited after that attack.
Yes, and you can also see the relief there on Exorcist's face, because, I mean, he just knew that he had to execute this attack perfectly at the very start, especially when he had to invest so many spells. But you know, I think he also uses this attack strategy in the Legend League.
Yeah? So he knows very well how to handle his queen, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, look at the deployment of this rage spell there. It perfectly covers the queen and the healers and the unicorn at the same time, and he always places them in such a perfect manner. But this queen took a lot of time shooting on skeletons. But yeah, I mean, we saw the space station side, the fans and the players go very loud when their tornado trap with the red mines worked perfectly. And at this point, we were also like, oh my god, is this going to be enough? But the royal champion and the queen, they are just such strong, powerful heroes that they were able to finish the job. Greatly done here by Exorcist.
Yeah, really nicely done. We see just as those rocket loons and dragon riders are getting unleashed into the base, and he's, how you said it?
Relieved.
Relieved. I think that is a good word. The question, though, is now, Space Station, can they stay close? Because they are up next.
Yes, can they stay close? And they definitely still have a chance in this, because if they triple twice and Tribe Gaming fails, they will still be able to win. But Itsu, you are saying it. What? And I can tell you what, I think this is a queen charge low. We have waited to see this all the time, and Bernal is delivering 33 balloons in total.
That's a lot of balloons. I mean, okay, this queen has to do some amazing work, taking down Splash left and right. At the same time, he has one earthquake with him. So is he going to use that to activate the tunnel? Is he going to use that to damage the tunnel? What do you think?
I'm not sure. He has the blimp activated, so not the flame flinger. So I'm not sure if he's used it to activate the town hall. I mean, but sending the king there actually, I have no idea. I'll just have to wait and see what Bernal was planning on. Oh, so far that is a nice clan castle there against the queen charge, but the king is luring it out. But so far things are looking well. His queen is doing a good job, and I think eventually he wants her to path into the eagle artillery and then maybe send the royal champion for the multi-inferno.
Yeah, I mean, especially so far, the sweeper is really helping him because it makes sure that those healers are staying out of range of that multi-inferno tower.
Yeah, the poison spell, wow. It covered the royal champion, it covered the rocket balloons, it covered the super minions, and it also covered the skeletons from the skeleton trap. Great job, and at this point I'm sure he won't use the earthquake for the flame flinger. He probably wants to use it because he starts early with the Lalo to activate the town hall.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense, actually. There's the earthquake, as you said, rage in, warden ability in as well. Is there any tornado trap to keep those loons inside? There's a lot of red mines.
There is.
No tornado. Where's the tornado? There's no tornado trap to keep those loons inside. But the damage was already dealt, but he has still 10 loons left and one blimp to still deploy.
Yes, this is looking really, really good. Basically, once again, it is the power of the heroes, and we can already see him cheering. What a man! Bernal coming in. Yeah, this should be a 3-star. Look at that. So he has got 2 free spells, an invisibility spell, a royal champion, a rage spell, a battle blimp, and at this point it seems to me like he's trying not to even use this battle blimp.
Come on, it might be time. Okay, it might be not time. Who knows? But apparently he's preferring to swag the siege instead. Trying to optimize the win. Okay, whatever you want. But yeah, this means he's getting this 3-star, getting the swag in. But is it going to give him the win?
That is the question indeed. Not using Invis, not using Royal Champion ability especially, and not using the clan castle. And theoretically, it can still come down to time, but in his favor, I have to say there is a very, very low chance of that. And if that can happen at all, is the question for the next attacker, for the last attacker from Tribe Gaming. And as so often before, it is going to be Fluxy finishing it off. And I just have to remember before this attack, if he 3-stars, they have secured the victory. And if he fails, there might still be a chance for Space Station. So let's see what Fluxy has in store for us.
The last attack from the side of Tribe. 3 stars and they're going to win. 2 stars and this match stays open. that is the thing. We're waiting for Fluxy to go live, and there he goes. He is in with another Queen Charge. But we're seeing this time around a Valkyrie, okay? So they're kind of scared maybe of another skeleton trap power, who knows? But it's going to be Dragon Riders instead of those balloons and lava hounds.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think he was trying to lure out the clan castle there with his Hog Riders, but unfortunately there are, for him, there are a lot of archers in there. And that just means that he was not able to lure out the whole enemy clan castle, and he might have to deal with that while running into more damage there with his queen. But so far, the funneling looks okay. There we go. Nice use of the invisibility spell to make sure the queen wraps around the 6 o'clock corner.
That's right. At the same time, really good choice of Space Station with this defending clan castle. The clan castle now coming out at the same time as he's approaching that town hall. The Freeze is keeping everything in place, and he can use the poison now to get those super minions out of this game. On the left side, we see some sneaky goblins coming in to make sure that this king is going to get a nice access into this multi-tower compartment.
Yes, and that was a great showing of how to deal with the clan castle in cases like that. He just perfectly timed this free spell, so the queen would stay on the town hall and then take care of the headhunters. Very impressive there, but now let's concentrate on the Dragon Riders as they come in full force with some headhunters to take care of the Royal Champion and also the enemy king, as it seems, because, and that is good because he has his Royal Champion in the mix there as well. Queen in a single Inferno. Is he going to react? He is reacting, Itsu, and this is looking good.
This is looking really good, even though he's going against the sweeper with one single Dragon Rider at the top side still left. The Royal Champion, though, is alive, and we have seen how powerful those heroes can be. The Queen charging closer towards that Warden, and with that, that should be the 3-star with the Royal Champion ability and the Queen ability not even used yet, and another rage to spare.
Yes, that is incredible. He uses the rage right there, still has 2 free spells, still has 2 Dragon Riders, and wow, that was very impressive. Does this man have any nerves? I mean, the way he handled this was just so professional, as if it was like the least meaningful attack ever. And it is a big, big overkill. I'm not gonna lie here. Lots of troops left, 2, 3 heroes left. And congratulations to Fluxy. What a finish. And look at him staring at his screen in awe. He just loved this attack as much as we did.
Was there something happening? I mean, just casually doing my... Yeah, he is happy, okay? He's happy inside. That's how you see it. But really, really strong showing again. And at the same time, though, I would love to know what the voice conversation was like during that attack. Was he as calm as he looked like in the end? Or was he freaking out? We will find out just now.
Now we can see what Pronouns wants.
You are the fucking best.
Let's go! Come on! Yeah! Bam! So that's take 14. Get 14. Use your feet. This one was so important.
Yeah, he is right. This one was so important. Absolutely. But Fluxy really didn't show that he knew it was that important. Great, great job. But yeah, we have to look at Selinho now, who is going to be the finisher for Space Station in this one. And for the momentum in the lower bracket, where they will continue their journey here, it is a very important one. So let's see what Selinho is bringing to the table.
The last attacker of Space Station versus the base of Rikiris. Can they get this 3rd star? Can they get up to 13 stars overall after 5 attacks? We have him live. And this is a completely different base look from Tribe, which we have not seen yet in this match, which is a box base. It looks pretty classic. It looks familiar to some degree, I feel like. So the question is, do they know how to take it down? We have some Yetis, we have some sneaky goblins, some Dragon Riders, and some regular wall breaks.
And we also have 11 spells used there to take out the 2 Infernos. But yeah, as you said it there, it does look familiar. I think I've seen this base. I think it's a Strut base. Isn't this a base that, or pretty much the base that Exorcist failed on?
It might be.
It looks very similar at this point, and I remember Exorcist doing a Queen Charge Lalo, and it was their only fail against Strut Esports in the Snapdragon Pro Series. So let's see if Selinho can prove one last time that they are better than Tribe, at least in the regard of taking out this base.
Yeah, that's the big question. We have the one Yeti getting traded for the air defense at the bottom side, while his Hero Dive is in full charge around this top side, about to unleash all of the power into that scatter compartment. But the top side is getting taken care of with the Flame Flinger. And he has still 7 Sneaky Goblins to take the Town Hall down.
Yes, and my favorite part is going to be seeing that 4 regular wall breakers opening up the Town Hall compartment. I just love to see regular wall breakers there. And they did a great job there, sending in 1 Sneaky Goblin now to look for traps. And he will send the others with the help of the invisibility spell soon. But honestly, he almost wouldn't have needed them because, okay, if the Yak hadn't opened the wall, the Queen would have actually taken out the Town Hall.
Yeah, so, well, Town Hall is still on the menu for the Sneaky Goblins. Then we have the remaining Sneaky Goblins coming in. No traps whatsoever. There we go with the invisibility spell. The Dragon Riders now have to take down the back end, while the Flame Flinger is still looking strong and taking down defenses left and right.
Yes, no more spells though for Selinho, but this Flame Flinger did a great job, and we have yet to see the troops come out. Now it opens, and it is a Dragon Rider with a couple of balloons, and there's really not much left in this base, but there are also not that many troops left, and they have to make their way through the core of this base still.
Yeah, that's right. There might be a lot of traps still located while the Eagle is taken care of. While the balloons having some fun in the tornado trap, and we have them flying across, and we have talked about the possible traps inside the core. Exactly, that is what's happening. The question now, can the Owl tank for the balloons, which are closing in?
Yes, it is Archer Tower being tanked for first by the Warden. Then the Warden steps right out of the range when he has red health. And now also the Owl is in the red zone. But this seems to be doing the job for Selinho. And even though it got close, he showed it. He showed how it gets done. Congratulations for a strong finish to Space Station. But Itsu, the winning team in this one with 14 stars is Tribe Gaming.
That's right, they're celebrating on stage. And since we have already heard a couple of their voice conversations during the attack, I want to know now what they're thinking about right now. Because, well, we have someone standing by on the stage with them.
Thank you very much, Itsu. Yes, I am joined by the winning team, Tribe Gaming. Commiserations to Space Station. They will be competing again in the lower bracket later today. I have to say, the beginning of the war was kind of scary, wasn't it? So how did you guys keep calm? What was the comms like to keep everyone, in a good headspace to continue with the war?
I mean, we had 3 plans very quickly, and Rick said, whatever, I'll go first. And I think you saw the emotion after each team did one attack, and I think going into it, we knew that it would be that emotional. We tried to hold back, but obviously when they failed from their side, matching our fail, we were very happy about it, let's put it that way. And the crowd was with us, and when the crowd comes, they carry you on. And we appreciate the support very much.
There we have it. I have to say another shout out, because like you said, the amount of bases that held up in that war was absolutely incredible. Where's Knowledge and Stefan? Where are you guys? Give us a wave. A huge shout out to you guys. Those bases were absolutely incredible. Give it up in the arena. Woo! Come on, those were incredible bases. Would you be able to kind of do this without them? Because they are just, those are some OP bases.
Right. And one thing I would like to add to that shout out is the intensity of this match, because as most of you probably know, when we qualified for this in the Queso Cup, we actually faced Space Station. And it's always been close wars, and it's always been emotional, and there's been defenses and triples. So I think this rivalry, this added, I would say almost spin to the war, gives it that extra energy, and then fails happen. You misdrop a spell, the healer swap. They played amazing. We could have done mistakes on our side. We did one, of course, from Rick. We got the win in the end, and we're very happy, and huge GG to them.
Kronos, congratulations to you guys, Tribe Gaming. All you got to do is win 2 more wars and you'll be crowned world champions. No pressure or anything. Right, I'm going to send it back over to the desk so they can break down one of those attacks.
No pressure or anything. I mean, definitely they didn't seem like they knew a lot of pressure. They're being just 2% short of the perfect result here. Once again, 99.6% on average destruction with 14 stars. But Kronos said it. What a humble guy. GG's, huge GG's to Space Station. In matches like this, mistakes can happen. Just 2 happened for Space Station, finishing with 13 stars and also a very strong result, Itsu, right?
Yeah, it was an incredible match, back and forth overall. And I mean, we have to remember, this is a double elimination, so we don't have to say goodbye to Space Station or any of those 2 teams. They're still going to be in this, competing for the World Championship crown in the end. And some nice prize money as well on the line overall. So I cannot wait maybe to see a rematch in the who knows what is going to happen. But someone who knows what is going to happen is the man next to me. It's Woody. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Itsu. I know what's going to happen because I've already seen the future, or rather the past. We've seen this attack already from Kronos that I'd like to take a look at real quick, because the setup for this was just superb. There's a big issue out here in the left side corner where he really wants to take down this Town Hall early, but 2 cannons are going to make it very difficult to do so with his preferred siege machine, the Flame Flinger. Let's take a look at how he deals with the outer edge here. Sitting in a couple Barbarians, looking around maybe for some mines to distract, and then a Yeti to block shots as he gets this Flame Flinger to start cooking. It does a lot of long-range damage, superb artillery, but in order to target a defense, it needs to get this Town Hall activated first. So we see the Skelly Donut. Next thing here. Let's pause it real quick and see exactly what he's going to be looking at here in the middle of the base. We've got a clan castle. We've got the town hall. We've got builder huts defending all of these as well. Very important targets to take down because he's using a lot of spell capacity in here. As we heard from our casters, these invisibility spells were used very, very quickly in rapid succession. And with the addition of the Earthquake, despite not getting the stab early on that Town Hall, he will be able to finish it off with the Flame Flinger later on. This is going to be a long-term push from the left side corner there. So it's now time to start the second stage of the attack. The Archer Queen joins in with the Barbarian King up on the top. There was a little bit of uncertainty as to whether the Archer Queen would be pathing in right alongside that Inferno or to go along the right side to the compartment with the scatter shot here to help out against those Hog Riders defending, but still managed to get it done either way. Early Eternal Tome here was absolutely essential. I'll pause it again real quick. You can check this compartment over on the right, taking a lot of damage from these Hog Riders, but the Hogs are taking quite a bit of hits here too. Giant bombs going off, skeleton traps, all of these are big problems for Hog Riders, and so to be able to use not just the Eternal Tome there, but a heal spell to stack on top and prevent big incoming damage from this multi-target Inferno was absolutely essential. Kronos, however, did run into a lot of problems later on with these Hog Riders, soaking a lot of splash damage from scatter shots, wizard towers, eagle artilleries, all on the back end. This resulted in a very close end of the match, but we can fast forward a little bit as we see the rest of the heroes clumping back up. He had very little trouble with the back end of the base. In fact, holding on to his Royal Champion's ability until very near the end. This is a great choice because it means that Kronos has a little bit of extra flexibility on the backside of the base. But with that last end done, he claimed the 3-star. Essential start here for Tribe Gaming, since a 5-4 beginning for Tribe and Space Station was actually the lowest hit rate of any war so far in the World Championship to start out for their first 4 attacks. Just 1 triple out of the first 4.
Wow, that's crazy. Thank you for that info. That's really, really tough. But that also shows how well they handled the pressure right after that, coming back with only triples so far. But in the end, it was Tribe Gaming taking the victory, and they are our first team in the upper semi-finals, as you can see in our bracket here. And it also moves that Space Station moves down to the lower bracket, where they will later on face GS. But I think it's time to look at the next match.
In the upper brackets today, one of these clans will be put in a very difficult position where they'll have to compete again later today, almost immediately after their war, to remain in the competition. And you're going to have a very strong mental game in order to endure those circumstances. So, with that being said, please welcome to the stage Repotted Gaming and Queen Walker Stephanie.
So see how that will play out today. And there we have Reported Gaming. And they are not anything short of the stats we saw from Queen Walkers before. Also having incredible hit rates. And if we have to remember, you guys at home, they also scored 14 stars yesterday with their last player, General X, going for the safe 2-star. So this could have even been a perfect war. Woody, what do you think? We get to see a perfect war from both of those teams today?
I really hope so. 2 14-star wars yesterday. You know they're going to be putting even more pressure on today to try to get into that final top spot. But this is a war that has a lot of history between these two teams. We've mentioned before that Reported Gaming is somewhat of an underdog. You know, they have rarely defeated other top squads coming up to the top. They actually got a 3-2 record in the stage 3 rounds, losing, in fact, to the Queen Walkers, and so really are trying to justify their positioning here. But having defeated Strut yesterday and having performed admirably across lots of different community events, it seems like they are really on a rampage for the top. Queen Walkers, on the other hand, are another one of these teams that have just been around for so long.
Yeah, absolutely. So very interesting facts about both of these teams. So I would say, why don't we just dive into the very first attack to start it off?
We will be starting off with a blow from Philip of Repotted Gaming. Philip is well known for being an off-meta player. He's happy coming in with anything and everything, but this time it's going to be a Hydra. We've got Dragons and Dragon Riders. Not a single healer this time around, though. He really needs to make sure that the troops themselves are responsible for the destruction necessary to get that triple. Rocket Loons find a little bit of difficulty, though, on this right side corner. Tesla traps popping up almost prevent them from stabbing at that air defense, first of all. But Philip will be able to get it after all, and with the Battle Blimp coming in, expect to see the first star early and easy.
Yes, and this is looking good. This was a very nice touch there on the right side with the Dragon Rider and the help of a couple balloons to take out this scatter shot. It worked perfectly, and what's even more important, he took out the Town Hall there with the Yeti Blimp, getting some extra value because of the Rage spell used. But now the most important part of the attack is starting. He's sending the Hydra in, the Dragons with the Dragon Riders, and full force, full power with the Rage, with the Warden into the 6 o'clock compartment to take on the Eagle first.
This is another great composition, just like Hogs and Miners. A hybrid army that allows his troops to target both defenses solely with the Dragon Riders and every other building with the Dragons. With a great spread here, he's using lots of freeze and support from those heroes to make sure that the funneling is perfect and that he has very little trouble with the heroes on the inside. However, that Archer Queen is getting a few more pop shots off than I'd like to see, and unfortunately, the loss of those Dragon Riders means that Philip has to lean solely on the Dragons now. Big shield toss from the Royal Champion out in the right side corner should give her another leap against those Inferno Towers, keeping her invisible for a little bit longer, but I don't know how things are going on the left side corner, Maxi.
Yeah, he still has the King ability, but he had to use the Queen ability early because she was running into a lot of damage there, being targeted by the ground targeting Expo, but the King goes into the core of the base. Royal Champion actually stepped out of all the damage, and we still have the Unicorn. The Unicorn keeping the Queen alive at this point, and he still has a free spell, so if he would be able to take out the multi-target Inferno, maybe with the Royal Champion, I don't know, but she's low on health. He's investing the free spell. Was it just perfectly timed? The tornado trap! Oh my god!
Spinning her around, Toto. We are not in Kansas anymore. Philip has found himself in a strange new world where the Wizard of Oz will sit from a high and judge this poor barbarian king. Does he have a heart? Does he have a soul? Can he make it all the way through this Inferno Tower? Yes!
It goes down.
He does it. The Queen's got a unicorn on the backside as well. This might be the 3-star after all.
There is still a chance. I wonder what he's going to use this minion for. Either to take out a building while the Queen is tanking, or to tank for the Queen. He's deciding to tank for the Queen, which I think was a smart move, but you said it! The time is running lower and lower and lower!
She's got it! Philip from Repotted Gaming by the skin of his teeth. An Archer Queen and her loyal sidekick will get the 3 stars after all. And from the jaws of defeat, Philip pulls a 3-star out of his hat. That's going to be 2 3-stars in a row now against world's caliber teams. Strut and Queen Walkers have both been sent down by him.
What an attack there. That really came
His
down
hands
to
are
the
shaking.
wire, and we can see him. Oh my god, I can't believe this tripled. Yeah, we're going to take a quick look at how this attack unfolded, and I want to give a quick shout out to Philip's younger brother, who I know has been watching yesterday's stream with all of his classmates, and I really hope you guys are watching again today, as Philip put on a great show here to start us off in this one with a 3-star for Reported Gaming.
Excellent job there, and he is once again going to have an adrenaline rush for a long time, having done a really wonderful job against a super difficult team. Rapata Gaming is looking confident, but of course there's a lot left to go in this war. Send it back to the other side. Fire away, Queen Walkers!
And it is going to be Kazuma starting us off for them. He brought 5 healers, that means a queen charge most of the time, and a lava hound with balloons to the table. So this is going to be called a queen charge Lalo, but interestingly, he brought 2 different super troops here, the super goblins and the super barbarians, and they are mostly used to funnel some outside buildings here. And he has not a single wall breaker, not a jump spell either. So I wonder how he's getting into the base. Look at that! He brought a log launcher, Woody, and that is going to give him access to both of these multi-infernos.
Kazuma the Boomer from Aphelion Esports, now in Queen Walker Stephanie, does use this Queen Charge Lava Hound Balloon combo more than any other attack. He's got an 85% hit rate with it in high-level play, and it's looking to push that even higher. Log Launcher, an atypical pick, but works very well with Queen Charge, going deep into tightly compacted pockets, finding a couple of Tesla traps in here. In fact, that Queen's going to be wrapping around instead. Bad news for the Log Launcher now, who's going to be taking a lot of shots from those CC troops. How's Kazuma going to adapt?
Actually, I think I was just wrong there with my call initially, because I think he wanted his log launcher just to take out the multi, so the queen could easily walk around the outside. And I think he was a little luckier there than Musk, for example, before, because the logs actually took out some skeletons that otherwise could have pulled the queen in the wrong direction. But so far, this is looking really good, except for the fact that on the very right side of your screen, you can still see a scatter shot being up, because the Royal Champion was not able to take it down, and it is just like 1 HP left, so he is reacting quickly there on his feet with a couple of balloons, sprinkling them in, and he's taking it down. And as the queen is making her way to the town hall, the Lalo is starting at the top side.
A very thin spread there, but enough to take down the scatter shot. The Loons will reunite into the center now. Eternal Tome pop by Kazuma as he makes his way back into the center. The second scatter shot goes down. Eagle Artillery, the last big offense that he has to deal with, but the freeze is out, and that's going to be no splash damage from Mech's defenses. Kazuma is pathing all the way to the final compartment, and without any fear of an air sweeper to push these Loons out, he has got plenty of time for the cleanup. A 3-star to start for the Queen Walkers.
It is going to be a 3-star, and it is not as close as the first attack, because everything was working perfectly and going according to plan for Kazuma. And I love to hear the crowd cheer there for them as they answer right away with their first triple. GG's.
Couple of black bombs popping up next to that town hall. Could have been a difficult situation if Kazuma had entered from the left, but did not take the bait and found another way to make it happen instead with that log launcher. I think we've got a replay real quick, so let's go ahead and throw that up and see what we see. We are, in fact, going to watch that entry point again. What are we looking at, Maxi?
We're once again watching the point in time when I was making the wrong call, because I was thinking that he wanted the queen actually to charge into this multi-inferno, the second one, there, protected by the Royal Champion, but in fact he just used that to basically funnel his queen and then take out the multi so it wouldn't cause any damage on the healers, which we have seen doing devastating effects before in today's war. So great use here by Kazuma. He really knows every single one of his troops there, and especially of his siege machines there to perfection. And that was just a great showing of how to use the different, or this specific siege machine here from him.
Wonderful. Well, it's an even split now, 3 stars apiece. Let's get it into the next one and see who pulls ahead. Get back in it, Repotted Gaming. Giannis will be the next attacker for Repotted Gaming. Scored a 3-star yesterday, and with a long laundry list of troops and spells here, will be furiously scrolling across that bottom bar to get everything he needs set up perfectly. He does have a queen charge to start in the bottom left side. Barbarian King to boost that power a little bit. Sneaky Gob steals a little bit of treasure down there before he gets those healers set up, just making sure that he has plenty of space and doesn't aggro any archer towers onto those healers.
Yes, doing a great job so far. Queen needs some raging up there in a second as he's just in the last second there. Oh, what a freeze spell! Not only taking away the damage, but also the enemy queen. Unfortunately, the Eagle Artillery chooses to target his queen, but he is still going strong here. Heroes doing a great job. And we're also seeing a log launcher there. He also, Giannis used it yesterday as well in a hero dive, and this log launcher seems to be taking care of the multi-inferno, just like it did yesterday and just like it did before.
Pulling 3 black bombs up top. Those queen healers have got to feel pretty good. No problem at all for that Lava Hound either. It's gonna have an easy time passing through to protect these balloons on the next stage of this hit. Nice funneling along the bottom side as well, getting some help from that wizard to make sure that the queen stays interior as long as possible. On the top side, it's just a Yeti dealing a little bit of exterior damage there. Getting down a cannon, that might be helpful later on at the end of this raid. We've got a well-protected scatter shot up top, though. Air defense on the back side of that one, so keep an eye on the rear end of the base. What do you see?
He sent a wall breaker, but somehow it didn't open the wall. Or am I blind?
I think that there's a hole there, isn't there? Well, I don't know. Yeah, there is a hole right behind the king. It seems
the queen is just not going there. This is not going great for him. He has to invest more spells now.
He popped off against the cannon, and that's really bad news for Giannis. He lost his healers.
Invisibility. She's ability. So there is a chance, and he has an invisibility spell as well, using it there right at the last moment, but this single target Inferno could be a problem. Oh my god, no, he's using all of the balloons now. He probably should have waited until the queen takes out the Town Hall to target directly onto this single Inferno.
Well, she will get the Town Hall down, but the Inferno now is not going to have anything to finish it off. Ability was popped early there to ensure that we didn't get that terrible 1-star. Nonetheless, Giannis cannot finish off the triple. A single target Inferno, the last tower standing once again, Maxi.
Yes, and seeing the space there, what is left of it, I just realized that I think the wall breaker targeted the outside wall, and we can see him there disappointed. And I think, in fact, it was the wrong choice in the end to just send in the the balloons into the town hall. I think it was a moment of where he wasn't sure what to do and just too much pressure, so he just sent them in to be sure to take out the town hall. But unfortunately, I think the queen would have done the job herself, and he could have saved up those 4 or 5 balloons to then be sent directly to the single Inferno. But let's take a look at what you guys at home thought. Who would win this one? And I see 45% in favor of Repotted, and the majority, 55%, in favor of the Queen Walkers. What do you say to that?
Well, I'm happy to see that. The community agrees with me. I was the one of 4 casters that picked Queen Walkers to take the win here, and you know what? I'm still feeling pretty strong about that, especially with a nice defense by them now. It's going to be kicked back into their side of the field where they will get another chance to move back in. Let's see that now. The second attack from the Queen Walkers.
Yes, and it will be Gaku, and we saw him preparing for this attack just a couple of seconds ago. And let's see what he is going to go in with. It is the Inferno Dragons that did such a good job for Nebrax in the war before.
I can't quite call them off meta because we've seen them so much this weekend, but the Inferno Dragons are getting a little bit of boost in popularity thanks to players like Gaku. Lots of big, heavy heat-up damage. And something else I'm noticing about this attack, 4 skeleton spells down here, Maxi.
Yes, once again using the skeleton spells, as Itsu pointed out, to distract the defenses, especially air targeting expos, the Warden, enemy heroes, single target Infernos. So many good usages of the skeleton spells. But in combination with the free spells, they're just unbeatable for these Inferno Baby Dragons, because if there's too much damage, for example, from a multi-Inferno, you can just freeze it up. But at the moment, Gaku is concentrating there on his entry with the Flame Flinger, and it is very important to activate this Town Hall there, which can either be done by getting 51% of the base or using an Earthquake spell, as he just did. But we have to see what he's doing now. The Inferno Baby Dragons with the early Warden ability, and it seems to be getting into the center of the base pretty well here.
This is a hot and heavy entry. Eternal Toe protects from shots from the Eagle Artillery, the Scatter Shot, the Air Defense, and gets additional support from the Skeleton spell at the bottom. This is a really heavy early commit that Gaku is using, hoping to keep enough of his troops alive through the early stage of this strike to overpower the back-end defenses, especially with little spell power. Flameflinger will log into the Town Hall, and that's going to be the first star claimed, and the second one right after it. Spread out Inferno Dragons, though, a little bit of an awkward split now for Gaku, as he's now kind of babysitting some on the outer edge of the base.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the use of the heal spell there in the center to protect the Baby Dragons from too much damage from the multi, but as the Town Hall is going down, it was beautiful to also see the use there of the Inferno Dragons towards the Town Hall. I thought maybe he was a little too early with this Town Hall, but everything is working perfectly now as the Royal Champion makes her way into the last remaining defenses of the base, and this is going to be the next 3-star for Queen Walker Stephanie.
Inferno Dragons have just got to be one of the quickest striking attacks out there. Gaku spending 45 seconds, almost a minute on that early stage, and then wiping out the whole rest of the base in just about the same amount of time. Very happy and smiles all around for the Queen Walkers, who now lead in this war 6 stars to 5 as we go into the mid stage. That was a brilliant Inferno Dragon attack from the Queen Walkers. Excited to see what they come up with next. Let's go ahead and look at a replay of that last attack there to break it down again. Maxi.
Yes, there we see once again the situation when Gaku came in, and that's when you always want to use the Warden ability with these Inferno Baby Dragons, because they are a little more squishy than other Dragon-type troops, for example, Super Dragons, Regular Dragons, or Electro Dragons. And that just gives them the power to get strong into the base and then lets the heroes finish the rest of it. Also, you want to protect the balloons with that, because they can fly in front and then soak up any Seeking Air Mines or other air-targeting traps. So well done here from Gaku, finishing it off strong with the Royal Champion ability, and there we can see him smiling, sending thumbs up to the crowd who are cheering them on as one of their fan favorites. But you know who has also become a fan favorite yesterday? Reported Gaming, because they really showed up in their David versus Goliath match. So let's see what their next attacker can show up with.
Mech from Repotted Gaming also scored a 3-star yesterday. The return of the Hydra, this time with a Queen Charge to start. Interesting mix-up here from Repotted against a tricky base with an Inferno Tower single right next to that Town Hall. Really need to protect this Queen well and make use of the Invis or Freeze to keep her safe from that big blow. Yeti and a Wizard provide some additional funneling to ensure that the Queen goes to this right side compartment, cracked open by a super wall break. And I'm liking everything about this entry point here, Maxi.
So am I, especially because this time the Queen won't miss the Town Hall, that's for sure. Unlike in the last attack, he lures out 2 archers, but that's not going to be too big of a problem. I just hope he can keep his Unicorn there alive. I guess no, the 2 archers take up too much time to be taken out, but I think he wasn't planning on keeping the Unicorn. Anyways, it hasn't been doing the greatest job for him so far, I fear. But now, let's see what he's coming in with. It is the Dragon Riders with the help of a couple of dragons, so we call that a Hydra attack. And the Queen's still going strong and luckily taking care of the CC outside of the range of the single Inferno.
Finds that CC pull right after taking down that Town Hall, and that's more good news for Mech, because it means he gets to pop off those lava pups one by one, dropping like flies without any big attacking forces on defense. Instead, now he's going to be able to focus over on that left compartment. Ooh, does drop a balloon to that Seeking Air Bomb. Very good news for him there, because that means that it won't be on the Dragon Riders. Eagle Artillery goes down. Midwhile, over on the east side, again, that Queen's still quite healthy with all of her healers helping her out. This seems to be a well-executed 2-prong attack with lots of offense on both corners as they pinch her into the bottom side.
Yes, Queen's still going strong. She has the ability, but he has to be careful with this scatter shot still being there, because it can cause so much damage that sometimes the Queen can even die in the ability. Oh,
Oh, the Royal Champion unfortunately going outside of the base there. He has already used her ability. And now the Skellies keep on popping. And once again, it could be a multi-Inferno that prevents them from, or an Inferno Tower in this case, prevents them from the 3-star. But the Queen, with the ability, she's still going strong. But I mean, she can reach this multi-target Inferno. She's got the healers on her, and this has to be a 3-star Woody.
Yeah, Mecca's just got so much health on that Queen. Protected her very well with the invisibility spell, holding that till the very end when he thought that the danger might be highest. Alarm bells were ringing, but as that invis came down, she popped right back up to full health thanks to those healers still on her the entire way.
Is she
Brilliant
going,
coconut
though?
loons. You know what? She just is going to go wherever she wants. She deserves a vacation at this point, Maxi.
Absolutely. She doesn't like that opening over there. I mean, who would after the Royal Champion found so many skeleton traps there? I would be scared of that as well. But the dragon doing the job. I mean, he's the better pet here. Not the unicorn's doing the job. The dragon is doing the job for the Queener, protecting her perfectly and getting the 3-star for Mech.
Dragon pet confirmed?
Dragon pet confirmed. Oh, sorry, I leaked it here. You didn't hear it from me.
Thank you very much. Well done to Mech as well, keeping this war very tight. 8 stars for Repotted Gaming, and the possibility of Queen Walkers leaving them tied if they 2-star next. But Queen Walkers is perfect so far, so let's give them all due credit and hope that they can continue to push on through. Remember, they picked up a 14-star war in their last round, and so expect nothing less from them here in the upper bracket as they seek to go to the upper finals. Max, are you ready for the next one?
I am so ready, so let's dive right into it. And it is going to be Stars with another Skelly Donut, question mark? No, just one Skelly spell. So what is he going to do with 4 invisibility spells? We have to wait and see, because there are a couple of options that he could use it for, but his main strategy here is going to be the hero dive Lalo. But it's not just going to be heroes, no, he's going to protect them with a golem, and it's going to be interesting to see where he will enter from. He's definitely taking his time here, all the 30 seconds he has before the attack, and look at that!
He's gonna go for it after all.
He's gonna go
stabbing right at the clown.
Yeah, I'm so blind. I'm sorry about that. He's using the bat spell, of course, not the skeleton spell.
He's using a little bit of both there. Gets some ground and aerial assault, and even with the defending builder huts, yeah, he is not going to be denied. Excellent start here for Stars. Just enough of a commitment to ensure that that really crucial defense is not going to cause him any problems at all. And as we've heard earlier from Itsu, if you pull off a Skelly Donut perfectly at the early stage of a strike, taking down something like a Clan Castle, that can just set you up so beautifully for the mid stage, where you just have a lot fewer question marks in your mind. A lot less worry about diverting troops, a lot less worry about what you have to drop in order to take them down. Stars, in fact, didn't even have any poison spells at all, so there was no plan B, really, besides just taking those troops out himself. But with that one, he is seeking to improve on his performance from yesterday, scoring just a 2-star. He's looking for that triple with a log launcher to roll on through in front of this Queen and crack open that compartment where a multi-target Inferno and an air sweeper are crucial targets.
Yeah, and he's absolutely done the right thing to start it off with, to get the 3-star today, because yesterday, if we remember, guys, he failed the skeleton donut, and he had enough confidence to still bring this to the table once again, and this time he absolutely nailed it, even though I didn't see it right at the start, and this attack is just going perfectly for him. Maybe with the Queen ability, he can get the enemy Queen. Yes, no, yes, no,
yes, there!
Yes, he gets it, and he gets the Town Hall, and he gets the Warden ability, and this is looking great because he has got 3 spells left for the rest of this.
Stars with the longest range confirmed kill over the tower there, takes one final shot at the enemy Queen, and she will cause no problems for the last remaining loons that are pathing through. Great job using that Ice Hound to protect these balloons from that scatter shot. One of the most crucial defenses to worry about as a Lalo attacker, but there is no more worry at all for Stars or the rest of the Queen Walkers. A 3-star is another easy sweep for them as they push forward with the tic-tac-toe start. 3 in a row for the Queen Walkers, Stephanie.
Great sniper shots there indeed from Stars' Queen, and he just reassures us of how good he is, and coming back from the fail he had yesterday with such a convincing 3-star is really, really nice, and makes me really happy for him. And we saw that they are one of the favorites when we heard the crowd celebrating him for getting back up, you know, and showing what he's got here today.
Well, I know we want to check out that attack again. Let's see the most important moments from that hit. First off, we started with the Skelly Donut, of course. Stars had missed with that yesterday, but came back confident and wanted to prove that he can get it done. Taking down the clan castle was a very important start. Following up then with the log launcher, got access to that really important compartment in the middle center left, where he found a multi-target Inferno and the air sweeper, Maxi.
Yeah, it was so crucial. Like, the timing was perfect there with the Royal Champion taking out this bomb tower in order to secure the Queen's pathing into the center of the base, where then she could see, we can see it on the top side, she could take out the enemy Queen, the Sniper Queen. That's, as you said, that was one of the longest Queen shots I have ever seen for sure, and a great Lalo from Stars to finish it off. What a way there, and they are 3 for 3. So, I mean, Reported Gaming had the fail, but it was a plus 90%. I can't remember the exact same number, maybe 92, but so definitely just one hiccup from Queen Walkers could mean that they're back again and not leading this one. So this is still an open match, so let's see if Reported Gaming can keep the stakes high.
General X returns to the fight. Got a 2-star yesterday for Reported Gaming and wants to do the same as Stars and pull it back up by his bootstraps. He's got a Queen charge to start for before his Lalo hit. And went a bit more old school with just the rages and freezes to focus the fire on these enemy targets. Single target Inferno once again right next to that Town Hall, a long way away from this Queen charge, who's getting awfully low on the early stage, but does get those healers down just in time, and she will be topped back off. Great work to those healers.
Yeah, absolutely, and great work with the Rage Spell there as well. With the outside giant bomb there, I was worried for a second. But look at the deployment of this log launcher, very, very nicely done. It will take out, if it survives long enough, the second multi-inferno there. But he's protecting it with the Warden ability, but the Queen is running low, 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 low!
No! Forces out the ability. Bad news for General, who won't have that on the back end to deal with the Town Hall or that single target Inferno. We have seen just in this very war how Reported Gaming need that Queen ability to be used at the right time, not forced out early. He will be able to adapt, though, holding on to that Lava Hound and 19 balloons still for the second stage of the strike. The CC troops have come out, and it's a Headhunter mixed with that Lava Hound. They're going to be splitting up as the Headhunter moves over to the Queen, but won't even need any spells to take her down. Nice pop shots there from General X will ensure that he can continue pushing on. He's refocusing now and preparing for the main stage of the strike. Where are these loons coming in from, Maxi?
Probably into the Eagle Artillery, but so at this moment he has to worry about his Queen taking out the Town Hall because he has used so many spells already. He doesn't have the Queen ability anymore, and the Headhunters that you talked about actually were so crucial in this attack because they stopped the Royal Champion from using her ability. I don't know if he didn't use the poison spell or misplaced it, but definitely the Headhunters lowered the effect of his hero dive there through the lower parts of the base, and he's coming in with the Lalo. He's sure enough that the Queen will take the Town Hall with 2 freezes still in the back, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. There's a lot of base left, especially his multi-inferno that he didn't get down with the lock launcher is worrying me a bit.
Yeah, saved a bit more time there just to make sure that the Queen was going to finish off the Town Hall for the second star. Balloons will get a nice little split there, but soaking a lot of damage from that last round of the Eagle Artillery. Shots are out, though, and that's going to be the last one that it gets as General X tries to force his way into the single target Inferno. Pretty good news that he's soaking some shots there with the balloon instead of the Archer Queen, but there's not really any more troops to help her finish off this base, and it's looking more in like a defense.
Yes, and this multi-inferno is also full life, and honestly I think if he wouldn't be running out of time, this would still 3-star, because this Queen can basically reach everything. This wall breaker may be nice for percentage. Yeah, this Loon won't do anything on the multi-inferno anymore, unfortunately. He's going for percentage at this point, and that is the best choice because they will still have a chance in this. They will still have a chance in this.
Oh, we still haven't in his spell.
93%, okay. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't use this invis. Probably didn't see it. It was invisible.
Excellent defense once again from the Queen Walkers, Stephanie, who are only behind by 1 star, but with an additional attack yet to use. It seems all but certain that they will be winning this war after all. With a victory over Reported Gaming, they will go to the upper bracket finals, whereas Reported Gaming will have to go back down to the lower bracket and fight their way up. Let's take another quick look at that last attack.
Yeah, and there we see the use of the Warden ability at the bottom side was actually very, very well done. Protecting the Log Launcher, the King, and the Royal Champion. But then because he was caught off guard there with the Queen soaking up too much damage, I think. Look at this Royal Champion. Okay, we barely, unfortunately we didn't see it, but the Royal Champion was not able. He used the ability, but she was slowed down by the Headhunters. And also, they do an incredible amount of damage on the heroes as well. So she just didn't get the ability off before being killed by them. And that also made this attack fall short there in the end. I mean, look at this. All buildings being close to one another, all buildings being low, but still he finishes only at 93%. It didn't go perfectly there, a little bit unlucky with the CC timing, but what can you do? It was a great effort there by General X, and his team still has a theoretical chance, but they are relying on Queen Walkers not 3-starring right now.
Yes, they will need not just a 2-star here, but a defense again. He's going to need back-to-back 2-star stops in order to ensure the possibility of a victory, even with a 3-star of their own to finish off. But let's go see what Queen Walkers have got. A 3-star here could seal the deal. Take it away, boys.
And it's going to be Klaus with the next attack. A player that is so well known across the world, in the internet, the most loved YouTube thumbnail person there is. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Klaus, coming in here. And what is that? That's just what we love to see. 2 healers, Woody. We rarely see that. What is that? Like a small queen charge, a small queen walk? We don't know yet, but he has brought 2 hounds and 2 healers. So it's kind of a combination. It's something between a hero dive Lalo and a queen charge Lalo. So let's see what it's going to be. Maybe even it's a Royal Champion walk Lalo. Who knows? You can never know when a man like Klaus is attacking.
To charge the Queen or not to charge? That is the question. And Klaus will not give any answer. He's going to do a little quasi-charge here with the Unicorn to support as well. Klaus is also well known as a base builder. And with some hard work attacking on his own, in fact, pulling off that 3-star yesterday in the war against GS, he's going to be pushing hard again to put the nail in the coffin for Repotted Gaming here now. He gets a good shot here with the Queen against this right side corner. She's still topped off pretty well, taking a few shots here, but nothing that's going to cause any concern for her going down. Multi-target Inferno in the middle, though, is getting repaired, though, and that could be really bad news for Klaus. Can he finish it off? He's got Loons. He's got a Yeti making its way there.
It's looking good for sure, but this Queen has taken a lot of damage, and the Town Hall is still already active. Now the Headhunter and the Town Hall are on the Queen, and he makes it invisible. Oh my god, but I don't know if the Queen will be able to take the Town Hall out with the ability used. No, she's shooting away at the troops. He has a free spell left, so he could use that in order to make sure that the Queen gets this Town Hall, because the single target Inferno is on her.
Not able to get the Town Hall with that, though. He does have to use both freezes to ensure that the Town Hall goes down, and that means that that's going to be the death of the Queen.
It goes down.
She wanders out of range. Klaus will keep his Queen for a bit longer, Maxi.
Yes, he will, but I don't even know if that is good at this point, because she might take out this Hound, but he has 2 poison spells, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. But we have seen a small Lalo coming in from the top side, being healed up with the heal spell. A bigger Lalo coming in with the Warden from the left side, being protected by his Warden ability, the Grand Warden Aura as well, giving them more HP, and he is moving into the last couple of defenses like nothing happened with a huge group of balloons, and I think he has done it. Oh, has he?
Not quite sure. Tornado Trap catches some of those balloons as the rest of them go for the air defense. Taking that down, they just have one last corner to deal with. Tesla, Builder Hut, Archer Tower, Wizard, they are demolished. Destruction, thy name is Klaus, as the triple has been secured, and Queen Walker Stephanie are all but guaranteed to move to the upper bracket finals.
Yes, and I mean, Repotted Gaming really have done what they could here with the base building. Honestly, all of these traps getting up there at, or showing up there at the end of the attack. If another person than Klaus would have done this attack, this might have failed towards the end. But just because his execution was so flawless throughout the rest of this attack, and also the quality of this plan, as I said, these plans, how he can exploit a base and analyze it, their weaknesses, is really, really impressive. If it hadn't been like that, then this probably might have failed due to the perfect trap placement there from Repotted Gaming. but it was a duel of the giants, and the giant went away or walked away with the 3-star. And yeah, now Reported Gaming only have a theoretical chance if Queen Walker Stephanie would 1-star in their very last attack, but that is something very unlikely. But still, we have to see what Timtastic can bring to the table in his last attack. So let's dive right into it, shall we?
Timtastic, the next striker for Reported Gaming, did pick up a 3-star in the war against Strut. He found another chance now to try to keep them alive, but it's going to come down to a really difficult finish for them. Using this Flame Flinger from the bottom corner, he'll find a lot of value against plenty of long-range shots here. He's got, first off, air defense in the bottom corner where the Warden Walk, in fact, is going to be able to snipe that down before that Flame Flinger makes its way up toward that scatter shot. Big, crucial defense to target on early.
Yes, he used this strategy yesterday as well, and it is always so beautiful to witness. Now, there is a air targeting expo next to this scatter shot, so I'm going to be interested to see how we can deal with that. Maybe sending in the Royal Champion, I don't know, let's see. But the Queen, the Warden charge, Warden Walk at this point is definitely going great so far, but now he's running into a lot of damage, so might have to freeze right there. The ground bow. Oh, he's going to a rage spell. Oh, he's the aggressive type, Woody.
Very aggressive
just
here
like
from, I guess so. Heals the Warden back up though, and he will join the rest of the army now as the Queen and the King are gonna make their way toward this Eagle Artillery. Only one round of shots going off. They will hit the heroes there, but they are nicely topped back off by those healers. Timtastic is gonna be pushed in the left side corner now with the Royal Champion, makes her way toward that air defense as well, and that's one less big target to worry about for the Laloon coming in next. Holding on to 3 free spells, an Invis and a Rage to back up those big burly targets. He is really gonna have a lot to deal with on the back end as 3 more Inferno Towers still are standing. Single target's trying to make its way onto a good target, but so far it's only finding little pets and little guys. Does find the King though, and burns him to a crisp, Maxi.
And 3 skeleton spells pop just as the Royal Champion is able to actually take out the scatter shot at the top side. The Flame Flinger did manage to take out the air targeting expo there, and the Yetis are making their way into the Town Hall. Maybe he's even investing a Rage and a Freeze. No, Rage spell goes on the Queen. Freeze spell goes on the Town Hall though, and he is still being waiting patiently. Oh, with the Lalo, but there it goes because the Queen just steps the right way towards this Town Hall, so he doesn't need any more spell support there. So let's see if just these couple of buildings that are left can be taken out by Timtastic's fantastic Lalo right here.
The crowd is buzzing with anticipation as the final assault begins. Lava Hound taking a few shots here, but honestly, it's really just soaking up some splash damage from the Inferno at this point. Pops overhead of that air defense in the right side corner. And it looks like Tim has got enough firepower here. He's losing his healers, though, to that multi-target Inferno, and the Queen's getting awfully low. She needs to get top back off if she wants to have enough damage to deal to these outer towers. This is looking like it might be a time fail, though, Maxi.
Yeah, I think it's even a fail because the healer just died to a Black Mine. It looked very cool, but these 2 multi-Infernos were a little too much for his Lalo there. Yeah, that is very unfortunate, but another very high percentage 2-star, unfortunately, for Reported. They've just been falling short, like very short in all of their attacks, just missing a couple of buildings. So that has to hurt. But at this point, Queen Walker Stephanie are still perfect, Reported with the 12-star war, but that's just a hiccup, you know. They have won their first match. They are in the lower bracket. Most likely now, if the Queen Walkers can secure just 1 star. And as always, it's going to be the team captain Yuda, as we see him shaking off his hands there right before the attack. So Yuda, do us the honor and show us your attack.
The most dominant lead for any team so far in the Clash of Clans World Championship 2022. Queen Walkers need just 1 star to secure victory over Reported Gaming, and that is going to be no problem at all for Yuda14, who tripled in his previous war and is looking to continue that perfect streak to the top. Archer Queen in the top left side will get some healers to help her out before we set up for the Dragon Riders. No dragons needed this time around as we are going to be focusing solely on those defenses. Good news as more Teslas pop up, and Unit14 will smile knowing that he's going to have an early good attack against lots of key defenses here. Now, left side corner is where that Town Hall is at. That's an early strike opportunity for the Queen. Unfortunately, she's pathing deep inside, though. It's going to take a lot of shots here. Necessitates an invisibility, Maxi.
Great timing, though, on that. Perfectly done. Also, the Loon soaks up a Seeking Airmine, a Coconut Balloon once more, and he's trying to lure out the Clancaster troops there with his Hawk Rider, and now it seems to be working, but once again, we see a lot of small troops, archers and a Headhunter there, and he wasn't able to lure the full CC. Reacting with the freeze spell here, but doesn't have any more troops to lure out, possibly a Hound there, so the Queen is going to have to deal with the single target in front, maybe, while the CC comes out. But first of all, let's care about this Town Hall, Woody, because that will secure them the victory in the first place.
All right, she does indeed walk inside. Rage spell up on those healers and the Queen. That is going to be enough to take the Town Hall down easily. Uta14 is now 1 minute and 20 seconds into this strike, looking to get this Dragon Rider army set up very shortly. There it is, up on the top corner there. We still see 3 air defenses set up. Archer Queen might be able to get the bottom one, but he's going to have to be great with those free spells to protect his troops from that incoming damage. Eternal Tome is a fantastic way to do the work first time around. We're going to get a little distraction over on that top side, though, as an enemy Lava Hound has popped out now and is going to be potentially drawing a little bit of fire there, at least from the Electro Owl and the Royal Champion. It pops now, and all the balloons go into the top side now. We're going to give even more firepower against that Eagle Artillery, busting it apart.
Look at the healers! I mean, look at the healer, because the healers are gone. The trap placement from Reported just insane. He lost a healer to a Black Air Mine there very, very early on. But look at that, all of the troops are just gone, but what seems to be a defense. I mean, he's got the Royal Champion and the King, both with ability, but honestly, I think there is just too much with the Tesla farm being on the back end here. So it is just too late for Reported Gaming to be falling short here. But honestly, we said it yesterday, actually, when Reported Gaming had just to get this 2-star in their last attack, that is more important than any 3-star you will ever get. In this case, Yuda, I mean, he just had to get some percentage points and a 1-star, yes, but he got it done. And that's all there is. So him not, just stepping away from the tablet, not tripping while going on to stage, all of that is the most important part of this attack. And he gets the job done. He gets the victory for his team. And Queen Walkers will walk away with 14 stars, beating Reported Gaming. And that will mean that they're going to face off against none other than Tribe Gaming in the upper bracket finals.
Queen Walkers take the win in the last semi-final match in the upper bracket. Congratulations to them, and yet, as you mentioned, Maxi, they'll be facing off against a foe who has had a perfect war already on stage. Queen Walkers come up just short of that this time around, and yet have got to be very happy about how day 2 has gone. We're going to hear from them very shortly as we will get a chance for Banks to interview on the main stage. Let's go ahead and send him down now.
Thank you so much, Woody. Again, Queen Walkers remaining dominant on the main stage and keeping within that upper bracket. You've had 2 wins so far. It's only going to take 2 more to secure the victory in the World Championship and the Clash of Clans trophy. So, is your confidence growing with each and every victory every day?
2日間2連続勝利ができて本当にうまくいきましたけれども、まだ2日の試合が勝ったらチャンピオンになりますね。自身が盛り上がるでしょうか？
はいあります。優勝できると思ってます。
Yeah, the confidence is growing. We think we can win it.
I should hope so. 2 wins in 2 days. That's great. I mean, out of all of the clans that you haven't faced yet, who would you most like to face on the main stage and why?
まだ試合していない敵の中では一番戦いたいチームはどれでしょうか？そしてなぜでしょうか？
これからアッパーで試合することになるんですけど、やっぱトライブゲーミングがこの中で残っている中で一番強いと思うので、トライブと勝敗つけてアッパーで勝ち上がりたいと思います。
Well, so the next game we have against Tribe Gaming, we think they are the best team still in the competition, so this is the team we want to face.
Nice, they want to face up against the best, and that is exactly what we like to hear. Everyone in the Clash Fest arena, please put your hands together for Queen Walkers Stephanie. Ooh, we've got some big fans over here on the left-hand side of the stage. I'm going to send it back over to the caster desk to break down one of the attacks.
Thank you very much, Banks, for these insights, and thank you, Yuda, for replying to those questions. And of course, we have the best of the best here because it's the World Championship. So let's take a look at the result of this war, Woody.
A 14-12 star score for the Queen Walkers, Stephanie. Dominant showing here, and once again proving that they are a team that not just shows up to every World Championship so far, but makes it deep in the competition. Having been 2 times world finalists over the past 2 years, they may finally once again get there, and dare I say, take the championship. Well, let's get some words from our friend as well over here on the right side. Carbon Finn is back on the desk. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. What a match that we saw. 14 stars. Queen Walkers putting on a showcase, and what a next match that will be in the upper bracket. But man, it has been just an incredible day so far.
Absolutely. I couldn't be more excited about what is to come because we will have the 2 undefeated teams face off again tomorrow. That will be Queen Walkers against Tribe Gaming. But we have to see some other matches as well today. But first of all, I would like to concentrate on the match we just saw. The Queen Walkers with the 14-star war, just falling short 1 star from the perfect war. So, Karin Finn, what was your favorite attack of this war?
Well, now you say it. Mine, I'm going to be breaking down here, is going to be the attack of stars of Queen Walkers. Yes, this attack right here was the kind of skelly donut with the bats to take out the clan castle and the multi-target inferno. So notice how he's going to help take this section down right here. He wants to grab the multi, the inferno, so that it can set up the pathing through the base. So down goes the inferno, down goes the clan castle. You may wonder, why did he use a bat spell to help take down that multi? It's because bats will go just for the defense and not for the queen. So now he takes these buildings down. So the king loops his way here, and since this building is down, now that's going to allow this king to path his way into the eagle. Then what does he want to do after that? Well, now his queen is going to move this way and then in towards the kind of the multi, where he's going to be able to open up this section with the wall wrecker. And notice how he has this golem that is dropped in front of this queen here to really protect her and help take this down, because when you're able to do that, then you can set up the Lalo through the town hall. So all of this from the king goes down, all of this from the queen, and then what is left up after all of that? Well, it's just pretty much this section of the base, so that he can then send his Lalo through, because essentially every part of that's gone is the middle is gone, the top side's going to be gone, this left side's all going to be gone from the queen, and then this is exactly how the Lalo come through. Each section is planned to move your way through. And notice he also has that heal spell in his army towards the bottom side. You typically will tend to use the heal spell right after the town hall if you think your balloon's getting spun and there's going to be a lot of splash. But the warden ability is perfectly timed through here. And also, notice this the Ice Hound is moving its way through here with that Warden Eternal Tome. So what they tried to do is place the Hound with the Warden as they're passing over the Town Hall, so you can burn the Warden ability and then protect it as well, so it stays in this final section by the air defense, protected, and it can take even more damage. The skeleton spells into the core, the heroes to the top side, to the left, and then send the balloons and the Lalo around through the town hall with the Warden Eternal Tome. Beautiful attack here from Stars. Got so much value because in the very first match, we saw that Stars was unable to get the Skelly Donut and unfortunately left the Clan Castle. So he was able to do it this time, redeemed himself, and got the 3 stars.
Well, we are very happy to report that your predictions over on event.clashofclans.com will also yield a new poll opportunity. Make sure to head on over there, and you can now see the results of our MVP analysis for the last war. The MVP of that war was Klaus with 36% of the vote. Queen Walkers have got a lot of talent on that side, but Klaus is going to take the cake this time around, Carbon Finn.
Yeah, brilliant attacks nonetheless from all of the players. Of course, a fan favorite, Klaus, coming in. And hey, 3 stars adding to the board and making it look so easy every time.
Yeah, Klaus is just a legend, and legendary was this attack. So let's take a look at where it gets the Queen Walkers. I already spoiled it, the upper semi-finals, which will be, as it seems, match number 11. So that is the first match tomorrow. But going about today, we will see the next one in the lower bracket. So we're going to be seeing some eliminations, Carbon Finn. So take us through the matches at hand.
Yeah, with GS and Space Station, the next matchup. Then we have Repotted taking on MS Esports. Both of those eliminations, like you just said, if you lose, you are gone, and you cannot stay in this competition. You have to make your way all the way through to the upper bracket and then get a reset from the team that's coming up there. So many more wars. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more in order just to try to be a champion from the lower bracket at this point. And Tribe or Queen Walkers, all they have to do is win 2 more matches, and they are a champion and win first place. 5 and 2, I could definitely see a little difference there. You would way rather want to be in the upper bracket.
Well, congrats again to our MVP, Klaus, using a queen poke strategy, not quite charge in or dive in, but we are going to send it back down to Banks to introduce our next match now.
Once again, we are dialing it up today because our next 2 clans are battling it out in the lower bracket. One of them is going home and the other is going to continue tomorrow to battle their way out of the lower bracket to try and clinch that grand final. So please make some noise in the Clash Fest Arena for your next 2 clans. It is Space Station and GS.
Expected to get really far in this competition, but they went 0-2, and GS is proving how strong they are.
Certainly among the underestimated teams, especially by our casters. We all 4 thought that Strut would take it, but nonetheless.
No, I picked GS.
Oh, you took GS on that one? Man, I forgot. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Apologies. Nonetheless, GS is one of the highest hit rate teams that has somehow slunk down to the lower bracket with a 14-star war in both of their previous matches. First, their loss to the Queen Walkers, and then, as we just saw, their win against Strut. They're going to be going in hard and heavy against a Space Station squad that looked really great on the first day, defeating MS Esports, but was defeated today by Tribe, another team in the upper bracket. So which team will be able to move on? We're going to find out in just under an hour as our first war gets started. I think we have our predictions in already, though, for the casters. Who think Space Station or GS are going to win? I think I'm tipping a little bit towards Space Station on this one, Carbon. How about you?
You're tipping towards Space Station? Yeah. I'm going to be still riding the GS wave. I'm going GS in this one. We're split between the desk. I mean, we're between also the clans here. But I mean, I'm still in shock of Bernal's attack that he did against Tribe, swagging his clan castle, not even needing to use the battle blimp, and just it was just on another level. But hey, you're the one that got the Queen Walkers in that previous match.
Yeah, it's another perfectly even split here on the predictions. You were right about GS over Strut. I was right about the Queen Walkers over RPG. So we're going to have the tiebreaker on predictions now. An opportunity to see which one of these 2 teams is going ahead. But yeah, as you just saw, it's also a 2-2 split from the casters. We have 2 more allies sitting on the sidelines cheering us on, hoping that our predictions are right. But you know what? I think we're just about ready. You want to kick it off, Carbon?
Indeed. It's time for the first attack in this match between Space Station and GS.
Kuma starting us off. He is perfect so far on the main stage with 3 stars in both of the previous wars, starting off with a hard and heavy double Lava Hound into an Ice Golem Lalo push. No healers at all for this Sui dive to start things off, as Kuma will take this top corner first. Air defense, scatter shot, crucial targets, and this queen ought to be able to path down along. Oh, no, she's going up toward top, not for the Eagle Artillery.
Oh, that queen coming back around behind the king. Gonna have to be able to adapt here, as if the queen walks her way into the multi, you can send the Royal Champion. Oh, wow. Is he, okay, so he's gonna try to, yes, he's gonna try to take that multi down, which it looks like, so that the queen wasn't, well, she goes in there anyways, and she's gonna have to deal with this Lava Hound at this point.
It seems like she can't decide quite where to go, but she's getting a lot of shots off nonetheless. Royal Champion tosses the shield and gets another big chunk of those buildings finished off, as a nice path has been carved over on the bottom left side of the space for Kuma to focus on now with his La Lune. Poor Lava Hound takes a lot of fire early on, though, as these bombs and traps start going off, but it's protecting against the big bomb inside that town hall that Kuma's got to be focused on next. He's got to use that Eternal Tome just perfectly timed. There it is, and they speed back over with a haste spell. They are safe for the next straw.
Brilliant Warden Eternal Tome to protect that Lava Hound through the Town Hall and the Eagle shots, but there's the Stone Slammer coming up to help secure the Eagle. I was gonna be like, wait, you're just gonna leave the Eagle Artillery for the end? No, he planned his Stone Slammer to go and help take that down. Minions are down for cleanup, and this is looking good. The Ice Hound even freezes this section, and the Scatter Shot was distraction on a small group of the Blues, so didn't take too much damage, and they're gonna be able to make their way around this base, and GS is looking to start off this war with a 3-star.
Yes, is an overpowered, just cracking this base apart like an egg. Kuma has eaten this base for breakfast and will be going back for seconds later if only the rest of his squad can keep up that performance. Nice work for GS's starting striker, and we will soon be going back to Space Station for the next hit. A Lalo on the Sui side of things. What is the sort of base that you would prefer to do hero dives rather than a queen charge, Carbon Fin?
Well, I would say it really depends on if the queen's going to get targeted from, let's say, an Inferno Tower multi, from somewhere the queen can't reach. Is maybe something I would do with a queen charge so that the queen can continue her way through a base. And then somewhere where I was like a hero dive, it was something where then if the queen can't reach it and she just gets to something important value like a town hall, that's where I kind of would go with it. Lightning is great to take down something in the middle.
As we saw.
Really hard to reach, indeed. But Woody, we're now ready for the first attack of Space Station.
Moving in hot is P. Castro. Perfect Castro. He did just get a 2-star in the last war, but up until that point, he was 9 for 9 through the qualifiers and on the main stage. 9 for 10 now. Can he make it another win? He's going to start with that queen walk over in the right corner. Finds an easy air defense on the exterior. Might expect to see that Royal Champion take another one as well. But keep an eye. Oh, also, looks like there's some fire going down over on the left side. That multi-mortar is a few shots going off, but looks like it was just a little bit of funneling from that.
Yeah, it could have been potentially a Barbarian Archer, something in the corner that triggers it there, but this queen is pathing her way straight into the Eagle Artillery, so setup is looking strong, looking good so far. There is that multi-target Inferno a little bit higher up that the queen can't reach, so gonna have to plan for that. Maybe a Royal Champion, because Space Station really loves to send that Royal Champion to clear all of the core. In this case, if he's able to link these multi-target Infernos, the RC can grab all that as long as the king potentially is used a little bit higher in the base to protect the Royal Champion.
Very nice positioning on that rage spell. Gets just to the edge of those healers to top the queen back off as she is able to rage through that right side compartment. All the buildings now destroyed. It's up to the main stage of the attack now with a battle blimp a little bit diverted off toward the town hall, and the rest of the loons now going to make a way toward that 2 o'clock position and then head southwest into the core of the base.
Yeah, really waiting on the Royal Champion
Queen's
and
ability.
this king, but the queen ability does go off. that scatter shot, but he's gonna have to deal with the scatter, the Grand Warden, all this damage. Oh, Rage Queen!
Whoa.
Oh, keeping this Queen alive, and
Barely.
there is the King that just gets deployed.
She is just in a deathly corner right there, a bad spot where she's taking fire from the cannon. Multi-infernos, a Grand Warden statue, and the scatter shot necessitated that additional rage. P-Castro does keep her alive, but that was an awfully iffy spot.
Well, the balloons do find some tornado trap and red air bombs.
Oh no!
But the Royal Champion has her ability. King has his ability. That is
There's
a single.
just so much left.
A single target, but we have some spells. RC's ability goes off and hits the defense, hits the Inferno Tower. Come on, RC, you need to be able to survive this. Yes, she stays up from the single target. For the Queen is still alive, going down. King's ability just goes off, and now it's just a matter of time.
He still has another freeze yet to use, and you are right. These heroes are just so cracked, overpowered. Cheers and applause from the main stage as we get support for P-Castro, keeping this war even between Space Station and GS. I hear shouts of let's go for him as well, as he's got lots of time and even is going to be able to swag this freeze, in fact.
Yeah, doesn't even need to use the freeze. I mean, you wish you get some style points of not needing to use a spell or some troops. But no, that's not the case. You need to get the 3 stars, and if you have a spell like a haste, you might as well use it to speed up the attack, because it could come down to average attack duration, how fast you triple if it's all tied up with you.
Well, we are already ready to hop back into the next match, and I am roaring for it. Let's get into it. GS, send it back in. GS are primed for combat and will be launching another strike. Remember, they have to keep it on top since they are attacking first. They don't really have the informational advantage of being able to respond to the space station. They have to continue with the 3 stars all throughout to remain confident at the top. Early launch of these Inferno Dragons with plenty of balloons out in front to soak a few shots. We don't yet see, there's the Eternal Tome, timed perfectly with that Battle Blimp to make it all the way to the Town Hall, Carbon.
Brilliant job. Is he going to make his way through? Out comes the Headhunters. He uses the Freeze and Skeleton spell as well. He needs to take the Headhunters down before they go to the Grand Warden, which, yep, there they go. No worries there. Remember, an early Warden ability tries to protect them as much as possible, but you won't have that protection later in the base. But the Town Hall has already gone and secured.
Archqueen gets a pop over on the air defense in the right corner. Very good news for these Inferno Dragons who need a little bit of support. They're going to find some more from a freeze spell that goes out now. Only one Inferno Dragon there to try to shut down that multi-target Inferno. Doesn't get it, but the enemy Queen is now finished off. Meanwhile, over on the left side, that Warden is still helping out a large group of dragons. Big bevy of forces, though, have yet been fallen by that multi-target Inferno in the center, and it's up now to the Royal Champion to take it out.
Yeah, sends that Royal Champion in for the multi. Beautiful job there. King's ability goes off through a Tesla farm. Still has Queen ability into the bag to save the day, no matter what. Inferno Dragons to the left side. RC can burn her ability through some of these final ones with the Inferno Dragon. The Warden still up. What an attack, and there it goes, and we got ourselves another 3-star. We got as long as the RC stays up. Wait.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Expo.
Yeah. We've got this. No way can just a single multi deny this.
Queen
Archer
ability's
Queen
huge.
with the ability, of course. And with a little hole in the top side of that compartment is going to be easy entry point for her. Just
there it is.
Ability fire off on its own. All right,
there it is. There it is.
Take the last hit. Boom! Knocks it apart, and Ren finds a 3-star for GS.
Brilliant job. Very nice. Coming down to the end. But a 3-star is a 3-star, and he will take that. It's going to be answering the call. And just over 2 minutes, which means it's a little bit on the quicker side. The Mass Inferno Dragons is a pretty fast attack, Woody.
Us mere mortals cannot possibly imagine the relief of finishing that 3-star hit on the main stage. It's all smiles from Ren now, and we'll see now some of the key stages of that last attack. The first one was the entry point here with the early Eternal Tome to protect the Battle Blimp, moving toward the Town Hall for the 1st star claimed and get a spread for these Inferno Dragons, Carbon.
Yeah, it's great to see how you use that Warden Eternal Tome very early in the attack. And of course, trying to help protect them. There was the heal spell on the left as the Infernal Dragons are making their way to the left as well. Keeping the enemy Queen frozen allows the Infernal Dragons to stay up and then grab the key buildings in the core as the Royal Champion here goes in, grabs the Infernal Tower, which is something that the Queen would not have been able to reach unless she ran all the way back around. So saving your RC is very important for an attack like this.
Very happy, even at that 75% mark. He notices that right side compartment is going down. The Queen to loop around, still with her ability, will have no trouble at all. Pumps his fist and a smile on his face. Ren keeps Space Station in a tough spot as GS now have 2 triples. Space Station needing another one to keep this thing evened up. And we'll get a chance to see now if that is what they will do, because Space Station are ready for their second attack. Send it off!
Leo is up next for Space Station, and the attack that he loves to bring. He's doing it here. Queen charge Lalo uses it over 45% in his attacks with just over a 72% hit rate, getting 3 stars with it. So while bringing down to the bottom side, pulling some red air bombs. I wonder if this area was kind of tested to try to like grab some, I don't see Seeking Air Mine, so Red Air Bumps does a lot of damage to Splash. But this Queen is taking a lot of damage, but she will actually get slowly healed up by this Unicorn.
He's
makes those
gonna
buildings on.
let her take too much.
Go to the right.
He's not careful. My God, there was like a sliver worth of hit points left on her. Leo giving us a heart attack on this Queen walk.
Well, he is able to get this Queen to walk right, but now he wants to get the Queen to charge. Oh, wow. The healers just avoided the red air bombs and the balloon pulled it.
More good tech from Leo, using those loons to catch an enemy bomb. Keeps your healers safe. Very important start here now. As the first minute passes, we get the main stage of the attack in an early tone again for that battle blimp to path all the way to the Town Hall uncontested. Rage goes off, and even with the tornado traffic kind of slow and displace those troops, they should be able to get that Town Hall down. Super Minions coming out of that clan castle, though. Notice them as they start to fire away. Nice poison spell from Leo that is able to catch them in the middle, and they will cause no more problems for him.
Space Station really loves to use the attack strategy of the Queen charge, Warden, and a small little mini Lalo with the blimp to take the Town Hall down, and then rely on their heroes to grab the rest of the base, and a few trickling balloons like he is from the top side. As the Queen is walking to the left, though, this is where the Royal Champion is going to come for that multi-target Inferno so that the Queen's healers can stay protected without healers and bullets of Seeking Air Mines here.
2 black bombs go off, 2 healers die, and to additional splash damage, the remainder of those healers have been eliminated. We are passing that 70% mark now. Single target Inferno right next to an Archer Queen in the middle. That is a terrifying compartment indeed, Carbon Fin. That skeleton spell is going to do absolutely nothing. And Leo the Lion has got a thorn in his paw. Is there anything that can fix this big problem? I don't think so.
He's got a King ability. He pops it, needs to get the hope that the Barbarians stay distracted all the time, but the scatter shot is going to absolutely destroy the Barbarians as the Yak is gone, which means that he can't beat through the wall as fast, and the King's going to get stuck. And we've got ourselves a defense for GS against Leo of Space Station.
Scattered and splattered. The 2-star 95% now for Leo as the remainder of this base holds up for Ogayati. GS are climbing the hill. Can they get to the summit?
They are trying indeed. We have just the first set of attacks from both sides. And it's a 6 to 5-star lead with that Queen charge Lalo, and unfortunately not able to get that done. And literally it could be just one attack that fails that causes them to lose this match. This happened so many times already this weekend.
I mean, that's what happened to them against the Queen Walkers. They scored 14 stars against the Queen Walkers, and yet just a little bit of percentage short meant that they were kicked down now to the lower bracket.
Yeah.
The victory over Strut, also on a 14-star scoreline, though, gives a pretty consistent lead. I mean, 2 points make a line. If they got 14 stars the first 2 wars, you would expect them to be able to do at least that well moving forward.
Yeah.
Space Station have put up an admirable defense against some other teams, keeping MS Esports at bay with just 13 stars. So these bases are certainly no easy nut to crack. Let's get into the next attack and see how they do.
Ryuta is up now for GS, looking to bring his version of the Queen Charge Lalo. And this is the attack that he loves to use the most. His top 3 attack strategies are the Queen Charge Lalo, the Super Bowler Smash, and then the Hero Dive Lalo. Really loving the Lalo, or even, you know, he could bring the ground attack. But that is something actually I'm realizing now. I don't think I've actually seen Super Bowlers being used as like a Smash style this weekend.
Yeah, not many of them. I think there was one in Siege Machine in one of the wars, and we were to crack against a couple of defenses over on the backside, but not as a main attack themselves. Ryuta does get a good drop here with these healers on a safe entry point here at that 4 o'clock position. Piercing into the base now. Finds an Expo to start firing away at him, but he will not have too much more to worry about as these queens will keep her topped off nice and easy. Meanwhile, the Barbarian King has got a different story on his mind. He's taken a lot of shots, but has done just as much work, taking down a bomb tower right after that Royal Champion. Battle Blim's going to go in unprotected, and it's just going to be Rocket Loons popping on out to try to deal with these multi-target Infernos. Can they get it?
That Queen's ability to force. Wait, these Yeti Mites, where are the Yeti Mites going to go? Are they going to go to this next Inferno Tower? No, no, no. Don't tell me they're going to go over there. They take out oh, they go around it. They go for the sweeper. Oh, they go for both of the builder huts. What? Why?
An unlucky jump there for Ryuta. He needs those Yeti Mites to finish off that multi-target Inferno. Instead, it's going to be Balloons taking the damage now. He's got 3 free spells to try to protect and also 3 rages, so he's got a lot of spell support for this next push. Hasn't hardly had to use any of those spells to help out this Queen Charge. Still on the outer edges of the base and still getting really good value against key targets. Eagle Artillery and an air defense next to go down, but he's more than halfway through the attack and needs to get this big push set up. Balloons and Lava Hounds are floating in. Carbon Fin, can he do it?
He's moving his way to the Town Hall. That multi-target Inferno is a big threat, so he's going to drop the Royal Champion to try to secure that, to keep the Queen's healers intact as he faces that Town Hall. There's a Ground Expo right next to it, a Tornado Trap behind it. The Grand Warden and the Turtle Tome can protect them, and he just perfectly clips the Balloons as the Headhunters are now going to run off to go for that Queen.
Brilliant timing, excellent move by Ryuta. The Queen is still looking perfect in that bottom compartment with the invisibility to protect her. She's doing some excellent cleanup work along the outer edges. Minions and pups as well find some more key targets. And the crowd starts clapping. They feel confident. The 3 stars have been claimed. Ryuta gets GS 3 in a row for a 9-star start to this war.
And look at that RC. Doesn't even need to use her ability and pops it at the end. And he gets 1 building. And it is a brilliant triple coming in from GS. And Space Station is starting to feel the pressure mount here as there's only 3 more attacks for them. And if GS, with their next 2 attacks, get triples, I don't want to jinx it now, but you know what that would mean without a single fail, Woody.
Let's go ahead and look at a clip at that last attack and see how it went. Beautiful planning from GS there as Ryuta makes a lot of value out of these spells in the late stage to get through an incredible defensive line in the top side. You know, so many attackers wind up using spells to support their Queen Charges, Carbon Fin. We see lots of rages to get the Queen topped back off. Instead, Ryuta said, I'm going to save the rages for the main phase of the attack and use Invis and Freeze, cheaper spells, more adaptable abilities. It really splits your attention, but a player like Ryuta has seemingly eyes in the back of his head and his fingers too, because he can keep track of everything that's going on the screen, and with a great path for that Queen, didn't have any problems there.
Yeah, it's so impressive to see how these players do it. But now it's time to see what Space Station can do with their next attack. The captain himself, Marinol, is up, taking on Kuma with, it looks to be a Zap Lalo. We have 5 lightning spells and that Earthquake, which is enough to remove an Inferno Tower, and he's going to do it just that. Take out the single target Inferno at the top side of the base, and even the double Archer Tower, so that his Queen can make her way around to the right, and then notice that Builder Hut there. Since there is walls, unless there's an opening, I don't think there is, the Wall Breaker should target right by that Builder Hut to allow this Queen to step her way and secure the Town Hall.
nice entry point here for Marinal, who's not going to use any healers to back up this queen. Instead, as he mentioned, he's got lots of tanking out in front. Ice Golem and those Giants are another clear and very workable way to get where he needs to go, especially when he's trying to pierce into walls where he's got those wall breakers backing her up to get all the way through to the Town Hall. First star will be claimed as he sets up for this La Lune push, holding on to a lot of those great versatile spells once again. He's got that poison ready to go, and this queen still seems healthy enough to finish off the CC, Carbon.
Yeah, that queen's gonna stay up for quite a while here. Oh, he makes the Hound invisible, which reroutes his RC to go for the scatter shot. And then the RC is going to be able to go for the Hound, try to help this queen a little bit, as we still have a Stone Slammer to use with the Warden. This is looking really good. Half of this base is pretty much gone by now, as the Stone Slammer is going to go in for the Eagle. The Warden and the Lalo's coming to the left side. Headhunters are going straight for that queen, and what a brilliant attack so far.
Stone Slammer in the bottom corner nukes that Eagle artillery, and there will be no more big splash damage coming in from that. It's just the air defense up top, which goes down, and that multi-target Inferno, which could give some problem. Balloons make it over to the scatter shot, and rising above the eye of the Hurricane, there can be no more splash damage on them. Marinal spreads out and flattens this base. Marinal, the Mauler, for a 3-star follow-up.
Brilliant attack. That was a great hit that we just saw. The answer, Space Station needed from GS. Because GS, 3 for 3 so far with that one fail of Space Station. You can know that they're not going to be celebrating anything all too fast because they are down, and it's not over yet. There's still 2 potential defenses that they could get against GS, but GS so far this weekend has been so strong.
Thumbs up from Marinal, feeling confident here. The captain of this team and a content creator in his own right. He may have seen more wars than hardly anyone else on the planet, Carbon Finn.
Yeah.
And that experience has paid dividends here on the main stage now, where he can hold his head high as one of the leading attackers for this Space Station squad. With a 9-8 scoreline, though, GS is in the lead and in a terrifying opportunity to triple this next attack and stay far ahead. Let's get into the battle. GS, can you hold on?
And now the answer from GS is coming in with a queen charge. Lalo, we have the queen off to the right side with a handful of rages, 4 of them to keep this queen up. 3 super wall breakers. Let's see where this queen's gonna wanna go. For the air defense, and then maybe towards the bottom side, towards that multi-target Inferno. Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say, how's this queen gonna walk her way up as the other buildings to the bottom are closer? Because that is what the queen wants to go, right? For the closest building near her.
Targeting just whatever comes natural. What comes next, she finds a way to a compartment with a multi and a Barb King here. Takes down both of them thanks to that big rage spell committed to that attack. That means he's gonna have one less big offensive bonus to stack onto this Lalo later on, but nonetheless, the queen has done a great job so far. Finds those rocket loons a bit too slow to have anything to worry about. And with a free spell to add on to those enemy troops, we'll be able to pop them out of the sky. Wow, even adds on another rage spell. She was already topped off and had no difficulty with the CC troops. Seems like a bit of overkill to me, Carbon Finn.
He's going to be able to take out a Tassa farm as well early, but look at this wall break. Just skipping around and going all the way. Oh, but wait, the queen. Okay, he can wall break again. Yes, he can wall break that queen platform. Uses the freeze on the enemy queen. Keep his queen going. And the funnel is brilliantly set that the queen's going to continue through the core.
And she gets some Barbarians to come help her, too. Very nice entry for Naomi, especially if those Barbs can soak shots from the single target Inferno, which is exactly what they're doing. Gives her a little bit more time, and if he can hold on to his spell capacity.
Wait, no.
Oh my God.
Wait, the wall breaker. What a charge from this queen! He's continuing this queen through this whole base like he knows exactly where the wall breakers are gonna target. This is on another level.
He is rivaling Bernal now as the wall break master of the world. Naomi is showing us how it's done. Queen could path all the way to the other side of the base now if she wanted to.
Oh, wait,
shots off against the plinth there. Doesn't go in for the multi-target Inferno. That's kind of some bad news now for Naomi. I don't think those loons are going to be able to pull it off.
But he's got the RC. RC and her ability. The Queen's gonna burn her ability, potentially help. But let's see, there it is, the RC's ability. Boom, boom,
Nice.
boom, goes across. What an attack from GS.
Great shout out to Susie as
Yes.
well. The boom, boom, boom tagline coming in hot as a Nairomi shot. Finishes off that Archer Queen's ability, swagged until the end. This was another clean shutdown from GS, and they'll need only one more for the coveted, dare I jinx it, perfect war.
No, he said it. He said the words. Perfect and war together. But wow, just incredible. GS is one attack away from knocking out Space Station. And we're gonna take a look at this replay again, a few of the key highlights, and this wall break right into the Archer Queen platform to open up this core and then continue all the way through, even though, yes, the Queen did end up walking into the last Inferno Tower. But you had that Raw champion and her ability. But look at the planning that he was able to do with these wall breaks, the Queen. He's like, okay, if I can get the Queen to walk in here, walk left, use the King to funnel a little bit, I can continue to wall break her all the way through the core.
Awesome execution here by Nairomi, and just worth reminding all the players out there, the viewers, these guys only get 8 minutes to prepare their attacks before the wars start. They are focusing furiously on every placement, every tile, every second to make sure that these wars go ideally. You only have 3 minutes to attack Carbon Fin, and if every second of those 3 minutes isn't perfect, you can run into a lot of trouble. But no trouble at all this time for GS. So far, perfect in this war. And Space Station have got to be very worried about right now what their next attack will look like. They need a 3-star here, Carbon Fin. Can they pull it off? Space Station, send in your best!
And it's time for the one and only Bernal coming in with the Queen Charge Lalo. And Woody, I'm going to ask, does he get an extra blimp because he didn't use one against Tribe in the last match?
No, I wish it went like that. He does get lots of style points, though. Do you see how he put his hands up and stuck his tongue out on the first kill? Can he get that again with another 3-star here against Ren? That is the question on everyone's mind. Bernal just witnessed a beautiful strike in from GS, showing us another big, deep Queen dive. Bernal is well known for the Queen dives himself and will be trying to go deep into this multi-target Inferno. He spent all of his wall breakers so far, though, so... Where is she going?
No, he wants the Queen to go right. That's the plan, because he used invisibility over by the scattershot area. So the Queen's going according to plan. I was just worried about the Queen going down and forcing ability through the King, but she's safe so far.
A bit optimistic or hopeful on my part that the Queen would once again make it all the way to the interior. But Bernal has a good plan nonetheless. That Flame Flanger is going to get lots of long-range damage. Setting up for a 27 balloon push. There's no Lava Hounds at all in this army's camp.
Yeah, no hounds, and the plan is to have these balloons path their way over the town hall. But wait, we got red air bombs. We got a lot, so he's gonna have the best. We got Tesla Farm.
What the?
Oh, there's an earthquake. There's an early warded ability.
That's not that early, if you ask me. He let a lot of those balloons get taken down by the multi.
Oh, no, wait, he's forced to use that freeze. Is he gonna have enough so he has to send some back-end balloons to go for that town hall?
Doesn't get the town hall down and now has to commit additional balloons with Rage and Freeze. This is not going according to plan at all, and Bernal is in a lot of trouble now. Sweating bullets and hoping that this Queen can pull off a miracle looping around the top side. But Carbon, there's just so much base left.
But he's got the Royal Champion. She's going to come into the Ground Expo, making her way through. One invisibility spell is going to be clutch for this RC through the single target Inferno. She can get a lot. Remember, you just have to be able to take out the important defenses, and the Inferno Towers, the Town Hall, the Eagle, that's all gone. RC ability will go off. There's the invisibility. Down goes the Inferno. Down goes the... Well, not yet, but she'll be able to make her way there.
She got spun outside of her own invisibility spell, but nonetheless, Bernal kept herself safe against that single target Inferno and will triple this base after all. Beautiful strike and rewriting the playbook, showing us how it's done.
Yes.
3 for 3, he puts them up and shows us that he is a force to be reckoned with, as Space Station, just in a 1-star deficit, could yet win if they get a successful defense against GS in the next strike.
It's just incredible what they can do when you think the attack starts to go down south and it's looking bad, able to adjust, adapt, and still pull off the 3-star. But what they're focused on is that last stack. They are just hoping that GS and their next attack that's coming up right now fails. But let's see what they could do.
Ogayati, the final striker for GS, looking for that perfect war.
Oh, he said it again.
With 2 3-star strikes so far. Ogayati has done so well in this war, but keep in mind, they don't actually even need the triple because they got a perfect start so far. They just need to surpass Space Station's percentage on their 2-star strike, so 85% will be good enough.
Yeah, we have the Queen making her way over to the... Whoa, I was thinking left. Nope, she's actually... Oh, okay, she is going left. Using that invisibility spell to reroute this Queen, dropping a Hog going over to the cannon. I think he really wanted to get the Hog to go towards the Expo so that I could try to pull some of the CC, but it wasn't able to do that because the closest defenses were on the outside, the edges. As a Sneaky Goblin coming in, that actually is good. Queen steps into the range, so she's going to have to deal with that Lava Hound and this Headhunter, but from this angle, looks like the Queen won't go for the Town Hall unless she loops back.
Yeah, lots of spell help out here to try to make sure that that Queen gets the job done. She finally retargets that onto that. Actually, I don't think she retargeted onto the Headhunter at all. It was the poison that took her down, and still will be able to finish off all these pups now. A little bit of a slow start here for Ogayati, but no problem at all if he can just keep his head on straight. 1 Lava Hound and 22 Loons ready to follow on up, and look at that, he's even brought a jump spell to get this Queen over some hedges. But lots of builders to support that Town Hall. It is going to require a really heavy hit to take that down. Freeze goes out with perfect timing now, and Ogayati will get another rage onto this Queen charge in the center. Single target has been eliminated, and there's the jump spell we were looking for.
Yep, that jump spell is going to bring this Queen back around. It would be beautiful to use an invisibility, but hey, you don't need to. Just freeze that town. Also doesn't hit your healers, as the Queen can then take the jump back over towards that multi-target Inferno. But will she want to do it, or is she going to go for the gold? Yeah, she goes for the gold gorging, starts to get hit by the Tunnel Poison.
Oh, might be a forced Queen ability here. Yes, it is from Ogayati, but he's worried about bigger things. He's got bigger fish to fry in the top side, where that big Warden push with those Loons out in front will be making their way toward the Eagle Artillery, which has just been causing so much havoc for the Queen. Now eliminated in the bottom corner, and it's up to the healers to switch off onto the Royal Champion.
The Queen's going down. The healers do switch. The Rage is down. He decides to Rage up the RC, and the healers making his way around. The Warden's still saving onto his ability, which he can use for these balloons, and the Dragon Rider getting the percentage, because remember, he needs the 95 to secure the victory.
That's it.
Oh,
get some GS!
Wow!
Passing the percentage mark, they have secured victory and will move on. Triumphant over Space Station. Ogayati has done it.
Wow, impressive. Not only getting it done with the percentage, but also a perfect war for GS against Space Station, meaning that they just eliminated Space Station from the competition.
Very difficult loss here for Space Station, who have performed so well on the stage and were eager to show their skills in this year's tournament. They have done so very, very well, beating a very difficult foe in MS Esports. But in the lower bracket, that's the last chance to succeed.
Yeah.
And this has been their Achilles heel now.
Yeah.
Facing off against GS. They will get one more attack, but first, let's check out this replay.
Incredible to see that the Queen went down and the healers transferring off to the RC, keeping her alive like that. Headhunter sneaking in, but he's saving that Warden ability for as late as possible, getting those balloons to grab that multi through the Red Air Bomb, the Seeking Air Mines, all of those traps. This is definitely something that surprised a lot of people.
Sure did. All right, I'm ready to see the last one.
Yes.
It is going to be a walk-off performance now from Space Station Gaming, who can give us one more show on the big stage. Get in there, guys.
And now it's time for the final attack of Salino. He knows it's too out of reach. That one fails. All it took for them to get eliminated. You can't fail on a stage like this. As he uses the King Ice Golem into a Tassa farm, Anime King, skeletons that all pop up through here. And his Queen's gonna try to make her way through, but it's really delaying this Queen, or the healers, I'd say, as late as possible.
Unicorn getting set up with some healers now to keep that Queen topped off as Salino looks for the next part of this push. We've got some interior air sweepers aimed at 12 and 3 o'clock. So it seems like Salino is definitely expecting to have to get past them somehow, avoiding those areas of the base, maybe pushing in from that top left side instead to try to stay clear. He's doing a lot of damage down here on the bottom side as the Queen will get some good work in with the Royal Champion right next to her, finding lots of easy targets to take out. Rage Spell as well, with lots of power and speed against that single target Inferno and the super minions on the interior Carbon Fin.
Perfectly timed freeze on that single to keep that Queen's ability intact. Now getting through the super minions, and here comes that Lalo on the left side with the Air Warden. Out comes a Rocket Loon, but oops, he can't mind the healer doing some damage, forcing that Queen ability to stay alive just in case.
It goes off, and Salino will now divert his attention back over to the Loons with that big Grand Warden support, even adding on a few headhunters there to take out that enemy Queen. They have made it to their target, and with the Eternal Tome, they are going to have no problem at all taking her down. Assassination complete for Salino. Oh no! Tornado Trap grabs those Loons, though, and they're going to be spun around and taking a lot of damage from the multi-Inferno Tower. Right in the middle, Air Bomb goes off. Another one! The balloons have been decimated!
But he still got his Queen alive. She's stuck on a wall as the Royal Champion gonna burn her ability, and it'll go take out these mortars. And the Wizard Tower, another Archer Tower on the outside, 2 more balloons and an Invis. Maybe use it on the RC. Wouldn't that be a great spot to use it? I guess he doesn't want to. 2 more balloons could come on an edge, or even he could save it for cleanup at this point, it looks like.
It looks clean to go for the triple now as no more defenses remain, and a long cleanup job will begin for Salino. But it is going to be a bittersweet finish as Space Station have now been knocked out of orbit. Their chances to advance have been eliminated by GS, the upstart squad. A rising sun in the east brings GS further forward as the next team to move on in the lower bracket. Congratulations, get to the summit.
An incredible performance from GS in back-to-back matches in the lower bracket. They have been knocking out Strut. They are now knocking out Space Station. Who else